We are the super professionals here.
Welcome, ladies and gents. This is the Tuesday show. I am Tasty Steve.
I'm James Chen.
I thought I'd be finished eating by now, but...
Come on, get it out.
Okay, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Everybody.
Welcome
How's
back.
everybody going?
Oh, I can't do that.
Dude,
line.
you don't even... Dude, the stream doesn't even know. The reason why I made that professional joke is you don't even know what happened before the stream.
You guys didn't even see it, and I'm glad you didn't see it.
I'm glad I didn't see it. Anyways.
But back to business.
you can explain it.
So, all right, well, I'm going to just to make sure we're all on the same page. So I sat down, and I looked down, right? And David has on like these really like atrocious shorts, right? Now I didn't know they were shorts at the time, but it turns out they were. And he gets up to go to like wash his hands from eating, and I was like, wow, I thought David had on really ugly pajama pants, but it turns out they're just really ugly shorts. So we have a laugh, and then
Steve.
And then I look over there, and I was like, also your fly is open.
And then he comes out with the best part of this scenario is that he's going raw dog. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No underwear for Ultra David. Ultra Raw David should be. Not just joking.
So I repeat what I said.
let me
I'm glad I didn't see it. Okay.
Let me explain myself.
Okay, all right, let's go.
I haven't done laundry in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, okay, all right, that's okay.
And today I got 10 hours of sleep, and then I had a billion hours of work to do. And I'm still not done with it. I'm going to go back after the show and finish more work.
Yeah,
so
I'm actually going to do some more work.
I haven't had time to do anything.
I'm just gonna go.
There you go.
You actually have to do work too, in the form of packing.
I have to pack.
I have an ant crawling.
Really? Jesus.
Okay.
Gross. You're gross.
I know.
That's how
Steve,
gross
God.
you are.
What?
This guy. Can you
these
believe it?
Neanderthals that I'm working
Oh,
Can you
with.
my
believe it?
God.
He's crawling with ants.
Got Captain Ant and Commando over here that I gotta deal with too.
Okay. all right.
Captain Ant and Commando.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Yeah.
nice. Anyway, there's no Sejan because he's still in the Chicago area.
That's right. He stuck around. Actually, we left him there. We abandoned him. We're rid of him.
Yeah, dude. Finally, I saw him running on the airport like landing strip, like wait for me, and I was like, go faster, and then he took off. I was just joking.
Yeah, he's still there to do, whatever he's doing.
That'll handle business.
Yeah, but then he's also going
He's got
straight
stuff.
to Philly.
Yeah, he's going to Philly too.
Wizard World is going to be this coming weekend, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
So today we're going to talk about Ibuki and Gargos. We're going to talk about Combo Breaker results. We're also going to talk about some BS that happened at Combo Breaker and get into that. And then we'll talk about upcoming events, game news, community news, all that stuff. Who got sponsored? Who didn't get sponsored?
Actually, I think there's only like one new sponsor. Anyways, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
get there.
So let's talk about Ibuki and Gargos. So Ibuki, I mean, there's a little bit of drama here. I mean, it's May. May is done, right? We're all gone from, one more day of May, right? But there was no Ibuki, and they were all like, we're going to have a character every month, or whatever, etc., etc. No Ibuki. They kind of announced on the Japanese side that she is officially delayed. Then the Capcom Twitter officially announced that she's going to be delayed and coming out late June along with the story mode enhancement. A lot of people are mad about that. I mean, they're like, you promised us, and what good is our season pass doing, and all this other stuff. What do you guys feel about it?
I feel like this is a fresh take on their business model. We've seen other companies do this, but the thing about it is Capcom is new to this. They have a new game that's I'm pretty sure their business model is really centered around this. The fact that they're not doing such a good job, it is a little telling.
Yeah.
It's telling just maybe of the fact that they're new to this format of releasing a character.
Right.
Even more so, being a console game with a heavy, I guess, league kind of following, where we as competitors and commentators, we depend on a certain thing, kind of got them caught up with making sure we're taken care of first. Because I feel like that's what happened. I feel like Capcom said, hey, FGC, we're going to take care of you guys first. Now, on the back end, it kind of pushes the casual audience to the side. And now it's kind of catching up to both of us. It's not only affecting their casual audience and their casual, it's affecting the FGC too, because I guess we kind of depended on those characters to, you know, further along the interest of the game, you know, validate a purchase, whatnot, etc., etc.
And some people are saying that this might mean Ibuki might be banned from Evo if she doesn't come out in time, right?
Yeah, she would be, right? I mean, barring
Yeah.
some weird exception, but Evo tends not to give any exceptions out, so yeah. Look, it sucks. It's definitely in keeping with how things have gone throughout SF5's launch. I think you're right that they did try to take care of the FGC first, and so they released the game before the CPT started so that we would just have SF5 before the CPT.
I actually not sure if that's the reason for them doing it.
Oh,
I
yeah?
really do honestly believe just because businesses are businesses that it's about the fiscal year.
Well, I
they
think-
want to get it out before the fiscal year was
Okay,
over,
that would also
so-
make sense.
I think we should go without saying. I think we should, you know, preface this with the fact that we can't speak for any kind of company. We're only speaking
Yeah,
for
we don't
ourselves.
know.
Oh, yeah.
This is just us thinking. Speculation.
Yeah, we don't get that kind of insider info. So, in any case, it was launched too early. Like clearly, it's out too early for whatever reason, and they just have not been able to catch up. And it just seems like that's continuing, and this is in part with that. Not just the story mode, but the store isn't out yet, and each of the characters has been kind of late, or their trailer came out too late, or whatever it
Or
was,
not at all.
or not at all. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, people were playing Alex before his trailer was out, right? So I don't know. That's just how they've been doing it. It's disappointing. You know, it's upsetting. I feel bad for the people who bought a season pass, and now there's like no reason to have done that because the characters are coming out for free and or are delayed.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess people. There's you know, you can't buy things on the store. Like, what's the deal with not having the stage transitions in yet? Like, you know, they're in there, but they don't work. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of really strange stuff, and again, this is part of that. This is in keeping with that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, I guess I'm not as frustrated as a lot of other people. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at me for trying to, like, I'm not trying to defend them, but it's just you can definitely see a lot of things happening. Like, basically what I said earlier on social media was I think everyone's just kind of picturing Capcom like leaning in recliner chairs, smoking cigars, and laughing about stuff, right? I can just imagine they're all probably running around like with chickens with their heads cut off right now.
That's true.
Probably
They're frantic.
Oh,
They're
I'm sure,
probably
yeah,
freaking
of course.
out. And what game has actually legitimately released a new fighter every month? Like, it's a month, right? A lot of other games, they add characters, but they come every once in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
And not
yeah,
only...
I guess.
And
Well, that is true. But KI
but
had
they,
like
Did they do it every month? Or was
Well,
it
like
a little bit...
during their release, as they're releasing things, yeah.
Because to be honest with you, I have this weird feeling that... Because the way Alex came out, I've always said this, that Alex looks really janky.
Yes.
Like, I feel like he was rushed out, right? And so a lot of people are sitting here saying things like, oh, you know, you should have delayed Street Fighter V, right? I have the funny feeling maybe Ibuki wasn't quite ready yet, and so it just took them longer. And judging by the poster, how the schedule was supposed... This is my tinfoil hat theory.
okay.
This is my tinfoil hat theory, but judging by the poster, I have a funny feeling Balrog was supposed to come out, because that was the order that they had them listed, right?
Yeah.
Somehow I just feel like partway through, like maybe they couldn't get Balrog balanced, or there's just something super glitchy about him they couldn't fix. So they're like, well, we almost have Ibuki done. Let's get her out. Let's get her out before May is done, and they just couldn't get it out in time.
That might be right. I'm all for them delaying things if they think
Right.
things need to be delayed. In retrospect, I wish they had just delayed the whole game, like half a year. But
Yeah, that's true.
in any case, they didn't, and they committed themselves to a timeline that they're not meeting.
Right.
So, on top of them, you know, having to delay for whatever reason, really wish that they would just put out more of a reasoning. If they would talk with us more.
Yes.
Finally, that
I
did
agree.
happen on
I
Twitter
agree.
to some degree when the Street Fighter Twitter said that it's going to be delayed, whatever, and that they'll try to be more in contact with us in the future. But I don't really know why that took a blow up to make happen. I feel like that should just be the thing.
My thing is, and I think this is where it comes in, I think it's the fact that they feel like they're more accountable to the shareholders.
Well,
and if they feel like, hey, you guys are giving these updates on this end, what about our updates? Even if it's not saying they're not communicating that or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Just saying that, hey, we have this game is going to be out. This is how we're going to release things.
Right.
And I feel like if they got to the point where they weren't going to meet that, that they have a lot more to explain to say, their bosses than they do to us. I'm on your side with that too.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a bit tight about the fact that we don't have a Ibuki.
Right.
I am.
Uh-huh.
However, what they're doing is kind of I feel like putting a game like that in the limelight and saying, "Hey, we're gonna have this," is just a feat in itself. That's really difficult to say. We're gonna have these characters unless it was done years in advance. You know what I mean, or months in advance.
Exactly.
These characters are gonna be ready.
Were mostly done already, right? Yeah.
And it's not really looking like that. I mean, I'm only okay with it because, hear me out, we don't have to play any more Street Fighter 4. Just saying, I hated that game, but whatever.
Yeah, you never liked it, right?
Dude, I tried.
Very early on.
I tried, like very early on. Shout outs to Josh the Funk Doc for legitimately. I went to a MWC when Street Fighter 4 came out, and he beat me. And he was like, "There's no point in when this game is gonna be what you want it to be, even for me, because you played these games before." And I was like, "Oh man, that just blew my mind." And I came back when they announced Cody, and I was like, "I'm gonna try it again." But at that point, it was too far gone. It was too late. So,
there's a couple of things I do want to address, right?
Yeah, sure.
So one, some people in the chat were saying like they played it on Winter Stays On today. Combo Fiend had a build, so obviously Ibuki's ready to go, right?
She's ready to go.
It's a dev build, right?
Yep.
It's dev build, and the way that the process works, it's not like you can be like, oh, we're done with the patch, boom, it's available, right? There's all this stupid process that you have to go through with Microsoft and Sony and stuff. Obviously not Microsoft, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but no, you're right. There's an authentication process and all that stuff, approval processes that have to be done. Yeah.
Right. And there was something else I wanted to say.
Takes like a month.
I can't remember what it was that I was going to bring up anymore.
Look, I like Street Fighter 4. That's the game I've played most of any individual video game for sure. But it was time. I agree that I was looking forward to Street Fighter 5 because I felt it was time for a change.
Right.
But if it had happened that we played Street Fighter 4 for another year, I wouldn't have been upset about it. Like Ultra had just come out like a year before, and there was probably a lot of development still left in the game.
The gameplay was still really good.
The gameplay was still good. Like the top players were really interesting. There were a ton of players, so I feel like that wouldn't have been bad. Like it wouldn't have been a new thing. But I think that if in retrospect I had no expectation that Street Fighter 5 was coming out, I think I would have been still pretty happy about Street Fighter 4.
True. That's 100% true. I agree.
Yeah. Probably should have waited, but let me say, for gameplay release purposes, they probably should have waited. Who knows what the financial things were? I don't know.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, it wasn't even gameplay, because the gameplay is fine.
The gameplay is fine.
I mean, I like it overall, of course. The lag.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's everything around the game, remember? Yeah.
Right.
So I think the gameplay is fine, but it's just everything around
it. Of course, I really like
it. Problem.
Yeah.
Right. So, and also another thing, too, is like a lot of people are saying the season pass isn't going to be valid, right? Like, what did I get a season pass for? If I'm not mistaken, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, when they announced that Guile and Alex were coming out, they're only free until the story comes up.
People still have to pay for those, and the people with the season pass, even though the other people are playing it, you still get those characters for free. So, I mean, we talked about this before, where like in Gear they give you those characters for a certain amount of time for free, and you get them permanently.
Right.
But in the case of Street Fighter 5, unless you have that season pass, the minute those things are all up, you're gonna have to shell that money out anyway.
So if you have a season pass, you're
still in the green. I haven't even bought a season pass yet, and
I haven't either.
So,
but as soon as the store comes out, you don't get Guile and Alex anymore. You don't get Guile stage anymore. You don't get Ibuki anymore. You have to pay for them if you don't have a season pass. That's what I was under the impression.
I think you're right.
So, yeah. So the season pass still matters.
Yeah,
right?
it
There's
definitely
still a point
matters.
for the season pass. So.
I suppose it's just being delayed. Its usefulness is being delayed.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Anyway, all this kind of sucks, but again, it's in keeping with how things have gone.
Well, hopefully, I mean, this is my last piece I'll say about it. Hopefully, this will give them time to correct things.
Agreed.
Like, them pushing back Ibuki. Think about it, and this is me being completely logical about it. The fact that they push back Ibuki means that they're going to have time to work on those other characters, which means we might get those characters in the time fashion with trailers at the proper announced time.
That would be nice.
Because they get this extra allotted of time. So, hopefully this
I mean,
nips all
they
in the
keep
butt.
saying that there's big stuff coming in June along with the story mode. They keep hinting like there's more to it, and I wish they wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, you would rather them just be like, yeah, it's coming. I mean, I feel like
I just wish that if there was more than the story mode and Ibuki coming out, don't say it until it comes out, because at this point they've overpromised way too many times.
Okay.
Right, and just honestly, that was the other thing I wanted to say, was that I feel like right now one of the biggest issues with them being open about it and discussing it is, I bet you anything all of Capcom USA wants to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I bet you Capcom Japan is like, no. Because it's a very different culture.
Yeah.
See, in America, we can sit here and go, look, we tried to get her out by 5/31. We couldn't. Sorry, we want to make sure she's balanced and no glitches. We found a couple of bugs. Japan is probably like, if we admit that this is a problem, it will be shame and it'll be embarrassing.
Maybe.
And we can't admit this. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's a clash of cultures right now.
Yeah.
And the reason why companies like NRS and Iron Galaxy and Lab Zero are so forthcoming and open, I really honestly think it's just a big cultural difference.
Could be, man.
Right? So if they can, honestly, yeah, it would be 100% better if they were just like, sorry, dude, like, it's not coming out. We messed up. We promise it'll be worth it when it comes out.
Yeah.
You know, but they can't do it unless Capcom Japan says that they can. Right?
That's true.
So,
yeah. I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
hopefully, when we get the character, like I said, hopefully this delay corrects what's gonna come down the pipeline, and hopefully this big thing that they're teasing is actually worth the wait. I mean, I'm all for surprises.
No, I'm shooting,
I'm
killing my
understand.
expectations down
All right.
as low
You
as
gotta lower it.
humanly
Okay,
possible.
all right.
Yeah.
Look, let me just put it this way: if the next update that they said the big thing is Birdie's chain no longer clips, like,
I would
that
lose
would be
it. I would be
happy.
like, I would be so sick.
So happy, dude. I would be like the
I'd be down for
happiest
that.
person.
That'd be great.
You know, but
Again,
I'm not keeping my hopes
look,
up.
I like the game a lot. I'm gonna stick with it because I like it.
Okay.
If you don't like it, if all these problems are too much for you, plenty of great games right now. And if you really do hate what's going on in Capcom, you know, play those games. I mean, you should be playing them anyway or trying them anyway. But if you're not, this is the time to check them out because it's a golden age going on, and you should play what you like. And if you don't like a thing, you should try another thing.
We'll get into it a little bit, but Revelator. Yeah.
Okay, plenty of good stuff.
Gargos.
Well, we haven't actually talked about Ibuki.
Oh, we haven't talked about it.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
right,
true.
you're
We
right.
just talked about the problems surrounding Ibuki.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
boy.
Okay,
Oh,
Ibuki.
boy.
So shout outs to Logan Sama and F Word and everybody over at Winter Stays On because they gave us an excellent display earlier. I don't know how much you guys caught of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
I couldn't watch
Briefly.
it. I'm at work, so.
I think it was really cool. The character definitely changes the dynamic of the game with a lot of like the cancelable normals, the V skills.
First character with a sub meter.
Yeah,
That's
with
true.
A customized UI. Right?
yeah, that's actually
So-
pretty cool. That's like
That's
ever in Street Fighter, right?
That's like, oh no,
I think that's like ever in Street Fighter. That's like the first.
that can't be true.
It might be true.
I'm pretty
Not
sure.
any of them?
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but in
Holy
Street
crap.
Fighter history, 2, 3, even Alpha, not including the EX series, that Ibuki is the first character in Street Fighter
That has a sub.
that has a sub meter.
I guess you're right. Like there have been characters that have to refill things, but there's no
On-screen
little
indicator.
on-screen thing. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Because like Ki
Actually,
and Guilty Gear are customized meter heaven basically.
that's
Yeah,
true.
like Blaze Blue, every character has some crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They do, right?
They do. That's 100% true. They do. So I mean, but yeah, the character, she looks really cool. She's
Yeah,
really
she does.
unique. I feel like she is truly a Street Fighter 5 character. Like we have all these other characters that have all this crazy stuff with the easier inputs, whatnot, etc., etc. But I feel like as a new character goes, and besides the fact that she doesn't have like slide, neck snap, and kicks, which I'm stupid, I might be, but I always account that to the fact that this game takes place before Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 4 being the example because they're not naturally. That's my personal opinion. I think that's the reason
It'll all be explained in the story mode.
Really? Oh, yay! No. Oh.
Probably not.
I mean, I like the fact that they're willing to change them up like that.
Yeah, me too.
That's what gave us awesome Dalsum, awesome Zangief.
Totally,
right?
man.
Like that's why I'm bored with Cammy, because Cammy's the same thing, right? So I like that they changed Ibuki.
Me too.
I think she's really interesting. I love the kunai system.
Yes.
How she basically has 6 kunais, and dude, her reloading animation is like the most adorable thing ever.
Yeah.
Like she literally goes into her bag and like pulls out
Yeah.
kunais and goes wee, and then you see how many you pull out.
Kind of Mega
so.
Man style. I like that.
Yeah,
It's cool.
dude. It's really funny. I think she's really neat, interesting design.
Yeah, I think she looks like the most different of any character in Street
Oh,
Fighter
yeah.
5 so far. Probably going to be a bunch of crazy setups with that bomb into side teleport, or like jump in, attack, or it's a kunai and it's like which side are you going to be on, just like in Street Fighter 4. Stuff like that's probably going to happen. So I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting stuff in there. She seems like she might be tough to balance just because she does have
That's
so
true.
much stuff.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
again, if that extra month
Dude,
lets them do it, high five.
It looks like that once you activate the V trigger, she throws out a bomb, but then you get one more bomb.
That's right.
So as long as you use it one more time before it finishes draining.
And she can move it. She can detonate it with bombs, and she can move it with her V skill.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's crazy.
I just saw
super
them
cool.
kick it. Like it's like very Shinko.
Oh, so it's like kind of like in Alpha 3, you know how Blanca had the best, the best super ever, where he would shake the tree. Oh, that was sick. No, I figured that would be his jam.
No, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm thinking that's kind of the.
Here's a little secret. The best thing about that super, there's a couple of supers in Alpha 3. They start it, and when he reaches the ceiling, that's when the meter drains, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you played Dramatic Battle, 2 characters versus the computer, one person could activate it, and before he reaches the ceiling, the other guy could activate a level 3, and then he would reach the ceiling
So
and
they
still
get
trigger
double,
the
so they
level
would
3.
get all the
So you
food.
get
That's
both
cheap.
level 3.
That's pretty
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, you could do 2 level 3s at the same time. I think Cammy's Killer Bee Assault was another one.
Okay.
Did not know that. Little exploit.
Yeah, little tricks there.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Ibuki looks really interesting, I think. I'm looking forward to trying her out. This character I almost never care about, but those extra setups and the additional tools I think are really cute. So.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about Street Fighter 5. There's like tons of I never thought I would be into Guile.
Right.
That's what we said this before. This is one of the same examples for me. Like the character, the fact that she, I figured I'm like, Ibuki's a ninja, and I'm all for ninjas, and I'm like, there's nothing really that they're gonna do to make me care about this. And then she started doing the hand seals, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
someone talked to them.
Yeah.
Someone told them that was in, and now they're putting it in. And I think that's really cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. Anyway, very very cool looking character.
I'm glad her default costume isn't even her ninja costume. It's just
It's
her.
true.
It's just her. It's her Street Fighter 4 alternate dress, i.e., also her Street Fighter 3 ending outfit, also
Oh, yeah.
in the Udon comics. So I just think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. Anything else to say about Ibuki?
Be
Ibuki?
nice to actually.
I don't know. I just can't wait to play her. Stupid Capcom and their delays.
Okay, well, if you don't like Capcom or Ibuki, there's another game out.
Oh, what's that?
That's Killer Instinct, as well as others. And they're getting a new character as well, which is Gargos.
Gargos.
Have you seen Gargos?
Yeah, we kind of touched on this last week,
We
right?
did. We talked about that he was coming out, and that some of us were able to play him early.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him yet. I haven't gotten.
Oh, you haven't actually messed with him?
I haven't messed with
I
him
haven't messed with him
because I legitimately just got my controller this past weekend.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now I'm gonna be able to play.
Oh, you got a controller.
I got a
Okay,
controller.
cool,
Shout outs to
cool.
Mark.
Oh, can we play KI now?
I just have to. I'm trying to set up my Xbox Live account and the whole 9. So give me some time, but
Sure.
I guarantee you
Yeah.
we can play.
And I also need to like get down in training mode and remember how to play the game, and then I will be willing.
That's I'm like we'll put like this. Unless like I'm gonna go look at like Sajam's tutorials. Like I'm legit. That's what I'm
I
gonna
did
do.
that.
That's not a plug. I'm just gonna
I
do
did
it.
that too.
That's
Because
how I
he's
learn
really
all the
knowledgeable in the game.
characters,
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna touch the characters that I know I want to play, and then I'm gonna touch the newer characters. The only thing is I don't have to. The happy thing is that I don't have to worry about all these changes. I'm going in with these characters
Oh,
as
that's right.
is,
Yeah.
and I don't have to worry about will they change this. I'm like
Same. Yeah. I people keep mentioning like, oh man, this is a new thing in season 3. Blah blah blah, it's different, and I'm like, I don't know.
Really,
Doesn't bother me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I really wish we had more opinions on Gargos. It's too bad we didn't have someone on our team that's like really into KI and everything.
Yeah, somebody who like has personally played Gargos and was given a chance to play him early, and probably is doing that right now.
And probably still being really selfish.
Yeah.
Well, look, I watched a bunch of it, and I think he is a fascinatingly crazy character.
I think he's one of, if not the most Killer Instinct character they've released in a long time. Because a lot of people, and I've said this to multiple people, I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of guest characters, especially if they don't belong in your universe.
Right.
Really kind of.
But Gargos is from the KI.
No, that's the thing. That's why I said. So, like, the first thing that's really cool about Gargos to me is the fact that he definitely, like, is bigger than all the other characters. Like, he's legit just huge.
Except for Argonauts.
Yeah, he's like that similar height though.
He's like they're almost the same
he's like
height.
arbiter height.
The thing, and on top of that is like, since he's really embedded in like the KI lore, like I love that too. Okay. And even in his trailer, I don't know if you guys saw it, he talks about the setup to everything that's happened. He's like, I've even corrupted your strongest heroes, talking about like Shadow Jago. And he's like, the guys that was meant to protect you, like I took away his memories. And he's talking about your boy, the
Tusk?
Yeah, he's talking about Tusk. He's I took away his memories to do that. And I was like, holy crap, this is so sick. Okay. He's like, and now the time is. And he's like, comes down and he's like, Gargos. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sick. All right, guys, all right, let's keep it going, you know?
Yeah. Good lore. Good lore
it's like, I really like that. Like, that's part of the reason, like, I play certain games, because the lore is so sick. Go check out that trailer if you haven't, please. And the fact that he has minions.
Yes.
The pitchfork minion
takes
2 hits. We like I said, takes 2 hits. Then you have like the tank minion that takes 3 hits.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You can like mildly control both of them, and you can combo off of them, and they can interrupt the opponent's combo. Right. And so okay, he has those. By the way, I love on the reveal how they like kept doing all these things. They were like, okay, here's the character, and then they were like, but what if there's something else? And it was like, oh yeah, he does actually have like full screen other levels. Like yeah, like he does actually have whatever else. And then it turns out that he has multiple jumps that are like kind of flighty. He has slow walk speed, but he has a lot of far range things. Right. And then it turns out also he has a command grab and he's a grappler.
It's really cheap. It's super cheap.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, the chat. This is what the KI people were saying. The chat, as they were introducing this, was like, well, what about the characters that are shown at the start, like those 2 little dudes that come running out when he lands? Like, are they just for show? And they were like, well, what if they're in the game? And I was like, no, he already sounds ridiculous. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I mean,
but
that's
they're in there
again. That justifies the combo breaker system. I still talk to a lot of people when I try to tell them to play KI. They're like, I hate the combo breaker system because I want to get rewarded for landing a hit. And I'm like, dude, it's not hard to land a hit in this game.
Yeah,
that's
that game's
the thing.
Crazy.
It's so cheap. So the mix-up goes from being in the, like, there's 2 levels of mix-up. There's the neutral mix-up, and then there's the combo mix-up, right? So that's what kind of makes it okay.
Yeah.
And then also, you said it, like, if like the character feels very Killer Instinct-y.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't want to stroke his ego, but I'm just gonna say that all the characters, it just feels very Keatsy.
It's very Keatsy.
Really? Yeah.
Really.
Look, this is Keats' favorite character.
Yeah. He loves doing weird things like this, and it feels like to me, Gargos was like the character they said, all right, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And he was like,
all right,
everything.
He whittled us down.
Yeah.
Go crazy. He was like, I've already got a blueprint.
He has like full screen normals, and he's got all sorts of crap.
So dumb.
But Keats was saying like the problem is that he doesn't have very good mid-range control. He's like good far or close. Not very fast walk speed, so he approaches in the air. But like you can anti-air people obviously. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. He seems like a fascinating character.
I think I'm seriously. I can't wait to actually play him myself.
Yeah,
I just want to, like I said, this is going to be a whole new experience for me anyway. Because like I've only very slightly touched the game.
Oh damn it!
Really
Keats is in the chat.
Of course, Keats is in the chat.
He's going to tune out in 5 minutes. Well, maybe we'll stick around for the combo breaker.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I'm severely in. Like I can't wait to play the game and play with all the characters.
Yeah.
I need to, kind of get the game first, though, Keith, since you're paying attention, or Microsoft, or whoever I need to talk to. I do want to get it, but I have like a little build thing, so I should be fine. I got like season 2, season 3, something like that. Okay. But I'm definitely gonna play it, and I'm gonna play with these guys.
Let me ask you a question.
You are.
What character interests you the most right now?
Hisako and Cinder.
Okay.
I'm telling you now.
Cinder is definitely a steal.
Yeah, dude, that's what he's saying. Like, I have to play him. Like, even Seijan was like, even the stuff he says is stupid stuff you would say. I'm like, okay, got it. I'm in.
No, I think everyone wants to play Hisako.
Dude, she's so cool.
I want to play Hisako. So, that's one of the characters I want to play.
She's really interesting.
I want to keep playing Thunder. And I'm not going to lie, I know you don't like guest characters, but I actually found Rash to be super interesting.
Look, I love Rash. I love that character. I love his implementation into the game. I just don't like it. I don't know how to explain it.
No, you're a lore guy.
I'm a lore guy.
That's all you have to say,
I think,
right?
but like this, that was godlike to me. The fact that they put Rash in that game legit was like, it made me happy.
Right.
And then I was just like, but give him something else. Like,
What about Arbiter?
I hate
You don't
Halo.
like it?
So,
okay.
I like the story of Halo. I don't like the Halo games.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So is
That's
that one of
okay.
the reasons why you don't like Blaze Blue is because every character is actually Noelle?
Basically. No, that's an entire other discussion of being let down by the people who made that game. It's too much crap.
It's like one of them is Noelle from the future.
Yeah.
One from the
turns into a
future,
robot.
Fetus Noelle, Mommy Noelle,
Exactly.
alternate time. Stupid. God, it's
Earth
so dumb.
2 Noelle, Earth 3 Noelle,
Darkest Timeline,
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm Noelle that
Something
lost
like
her
that.
parents really early in her life. Who cares? Get over it.
any case, no, it makes sense that you're a lord. I mean, are you planning to pick up anyone else besides Tush?
Yes. Once I get finished with the tush as much as possible, I'm gonna, I think, play. Well, I'll tell you this. Keats told me that the next character to be announced is definitely a character for me. So okay, I guess I'll keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, I have actually started working on Aganos.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Dude, Argonos
okay.
is I feel like
Argonos
Argonos
is
is
super
definitely
cool.
one of
Well,
your
Keats,
cats.
Keats actually said Agnos is another like Tush that you can actually kind of ignore the combo system with.
It seems like an interesting character. I definitely want to pick up Conra because I feel like that's a great character.
Okay.
We'll see. There's
So
a lot of
after-
really interesting choices.
After you're finished wiping people with your Tush, then you're ready to go on to another character.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Sounds good. All right.
One of the best compliments that has ever been received by a Street Fighter character was given this weekend.
Okay.
And that was, she looks pretty good. She's not Gargos, but, looks pretty good. Courtesy of Adam Hart.
Keats said that about Ibuki.
About Ibuki.
If he compliments a character,
That character's
especially
golden.
one
Oh,
in
man.
Street Fighter, yeah.
That's golden, because Keats is a pretty harsh critic.
The only bigger compliment to a Street Fighter character could be if Mike Z said that.
Yo, if Mike Z said that, I would legit run to the nearest place to pray. I don't even know what I
would
want to
just
do.
I'd be like, "Are you okay, Mike? Like, are you sick right now? Have you drank?"
check his pockets for all that Capcom
Yeah,
money.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Mom.
Exactly.
Are you wearing a gold chain? No, dude. Is that your Ferrari?
Yeah, I know. That's a nice car you got all of a sudden there, Mike
No.
Z. So yeah.
Are you on a hoverboard? Psh, dude, I'm out of here. He like takes off.
Mike Z.
That was odd. Did Mike Z seem a little different to you?
Oh man. All right. Well.
It reminds me of that Simpsons clip where Homer is the giant man of gold.
And he has the chain.
Yeah. Look closer, Lenny. Oh, I see. You're a giant man of gold.
That Simpsons used to be so good. Oh, man.
Great show. Anyway, both characters are coming out at some point. My Tush is super good. Personally, I believe that I have a top 3 Tusk in the world.
I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest with you. So.
That's right.
This David guy's kind of...
That's right.
He's shining with
Believe
his
it.
douchiness.
I've
It's
watched
just
other Tusks, and I believe
radiating.
that my Tusk is better than almost everybody's.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on David's side, but we're gonna enter him in a tournament.
Why?
No, it's cool.
what
You
do you-
should enter at CEO. You know what? I'll enter you at CEO. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
I'll talk to Joe Bailey, and I guarantee you, I will enter David in Killer Instinct.
All right, look, you already got so mad at you, right? What did you think of Shin Tristan's Tusk?
I love his.
Wow, you were trying so hard.
I love his thunder.
So you're saying his tush is
Great
nothing
thunder.
to gawk at? No? All right. Oh, right.
All right.
Rock hard.
Solid tush.
All right.
A rock hard tush, huh? Bounce a quarter off that tush. That's how good it is.
That's his team, right? If he's gonna play Aganos and
That's true.
Tush,
Oh, man.
it's the rock
I'm
hard
interested.
tush.
Now I really want to see you play. Now I need to learn the game so you can body me with your tush.
There's just a gold mine here. We can keep digging. I'm sure we'll find some good nuggets.
Steve is entering David's tush and see.
Okay, Rena Turnip wins. That's
That-
it. That's
All right,
the end of
you
that's
got it. You
that's
got it. But you have to enter under Tasty Ultra David.
Tasty.
Tasty
How about just
Ultra
Tasty David?
No.
No.
Not good enough.
Nah.
Tasty Ultra David.
Tasty Ultra
Okay.
David.
Hey man, do what you gotta do.
Whatever. But you're gonna enter. I'm gonna make sure of it. Anyways.
Okay.
So what do we got next?
Combo. Do you want to take a break?
Let's take a
before we-
break.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we're gonna talk about Combo Breaker, a fantastic event. Spoilers. And then after that, we're gonna talk about the other stuff on the right.
Advanced games and community. So, all right, be right back.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that game. I really can't. I'm really happy.
I mean, the only thing that I did was before going to Combo Breaker, I actually sat down and messed with all the Season 3 characters.
Oh.
Just so I... Alright, welcome back to the UltraChenTV show, which we still call the Tuesday show lovingly, so...
Yeah, it's not officially the Tuesday show, right? Is that official?
I think we just want to call it the UltraChenTV show right now, but...
Let's do it. It's the UltraChenTV show. Welcome to the second part of it. We're going to be
Okay.
talking about Combo Breaker, which happened just this past weekend in the Chicago area
Yeah.
at Pheasant Run Resort.
Mm-hmm. Lots of interesting topics related to Combo Breaker as well.
For sure. But let's talk about our initial impressions first.
Okay, I really liked Chicago pizza.
Did you?
Yes.
So you never
Did
you never had Chicago deep dish?
No, I've never had Chicago deep dish. I will admit though that I did like the meat lovers more than the cheese pizza.
Really?
Just because honestly there was so much dough and so much cheese on a Chicago pizza that the meat kind of helped it.
The thing with ordering cheese as a Chicago pizza
Uh-huh.
is that doesn't mean it don't put any crap on it. It means they fill it with cheese.
Yes.
Like it's not
Uh-huh.
it's like ordering super extra cheese
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
There was so much.
I guess I should have explained that to you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It
Yo,
was
this
a
isn't gonna
lot
be
of
like a
cheese.
pizza with just cheese. It's gonna be like,
Bam!
Yeah.
like that much cheese. It's
Yeah.
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. So
Now I haven't had I don't know if I've had genuine New York pizza before. I've had New York style pizza. I'm guessing I will probably like New York style pizza.
New York
a
pizza is
little bit
legit.
more.
Elephant ear pizza is what I call it.
it's elephant ear pizza.
Yeah, just mostly because I still kind of like the standard pizza-ish thing, you know,
Yeah.
but as a unique thing and as something that is very tasty and that makes you full beyond your wildest imagination.
Besides me.
Yeah, besides you, yeah.
What was your max slice count
On what?
on Chicago deep dish? What's your max?
Oh, dude, I only had
slice
4.
count?
I legit
Okay.
only had 4. I couldn't do any more.
Dude, you got the 4?
Yeah, dude, but
That's
once
like
I
10 pounds of food.
But once I eat it, I don't eat anything for the rest of the day.
Dude,
Because I'm
right,
legit,
yeah.
I just store it. It's like camel hump food. I'm like, bow, 8. I can go run it like a marathon and I'm still good.
You would die. You would not survive that. Or you'd be that guy. Like this happens every marathon.
Oh, the guy that vomits?
The guy that diarrhea is in his pants. And
Oh
he keeps
my
snoring. That
God.
happens every marathon.
Are you serious?
Look,
I'm not believing you in this. Every marathon,
totally
the guy
serious.
diarrhea himself. So you keep track of this. Is that what you're telling me?
I am good. I'm very close with a bunch of runners,
Uh-huh.
including my GF and
Your
her.
Guardian Force?
Yes,
Dude, your Guardian Force is the...
that's
He
right.
has a Guardian Force.
That's
dude.
that's
It's
right.
crazy.
That's right. And their like friend group is like marathon runners more or less, and they've been talking about this how every race there's somebody who takes a dump and just can't hold it, but just powers through and just finishes the race anyway.
It is never that
There are
serious.
people-
Someone said that it's called runner's diarrhea.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's real.
And they just...
And there are people also who run and it kind of hurts their nipples, and their nipples start bleeding by the end of the race.
What?
Their shirt's like, it's
it's the friction.
it's friction for like the whole race, right? For like 2 hours, it's going like this, and some people's nipples can't withstand that. These are real things,
Dude,
James.
this is not something I like. Before I was like, maybe I should try running a marathon. I don't ever want to run a marathon.
Like,
Man, just run without a shirt on, dude.
Look,
I do it all the time.
People's toenails fall off entirely.
You do that.
They're totally gone.
I do run.
You
These
could
are
run
real.
it without a shirt. I can't do that, dude. I just.
These
Not
are
with that
real
kind of
things,
attitude.
folks.
Not with that kind of attitude.
Anyway, Chicago pizza. I had way too much of it. I love it. To me, it is the best pizza.
Really?
I lived on the East Coast. I've been to New York a billion times.
Mm.
Great stuff, but like
Chicago is it for you.
way better in Chicago IMO or Chicago deep dish. It's taste. It's for me. It's tastier and it's more satisfying. I feel like I'm fuller and I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot better stuff.
It just feels like it's a different food to me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
know
it's
what I
like
mean?
kind of silly to even put it in the same
Right.
conversation.
That's
right?
true.
That's
Now-
kind of why, like, I would say I think I might like New York better as pizza, but as the Chicago pie, like that is like it. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing. So
Well, I mean, me being a Midwest guy,
Yeah.
initially,
Yeah.
I'm 100% all about like I'm an emos guy, and a lot of people don't like emos, and a lot of people don't even know what that is. But it's just basically a square like that big. Shout outs to Chris Sig. He really dislikes it. But anyways, I just recently had New York pizza. I was actually had it with a Rip for the first time. We were
Okay.
there for the Pokemon, the Nintendo thing. And we went and we got pizza, and it was really good. But I'm kind of biased because I really like the Ninja Turtles, and I see the way they love it, and then I gotta love it too. So yeah, but no, it's really good.
I went with Justin Wong, and this is when we went to that 25th anniversary thing in New York,
okay.
and we went to his favorite pizza place, and I was like, Justin, I've never been here, and I want to try your New York pizza. I've had it before, right? But like, I want to try yours. You know what I mean?
consider,
What's the thing?
Uh-huh.
And he got me this pizza that had no sauce, and it was spinach, and it was like Alfredo sauce on the top. And I was like, what are you doing, man?
Nah, I'm sorry.
It was okay. I ate it, and I didn't hate it, but like,
That's a stretch.
come on.
I don't know.
Look, I mean, he also took us to his favorite Chinese restaurant,
Yeah.
right? And like him and Flo and Ricky were just like, this is the greatest Chinese. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so good.
And
And like
you were like,
me and Sherry were like,
Oh, it was butt cheeks?
like, it wasn't terrible, right? But it was like,
it wasn't life changing. I've
Yeah.
had better at Monterey Park, right?
Sure.
So you know,
Wow.
sure.
I don't
It
know.
did have those crunchy noodles that I had never had before, and so that was cool for me. But
no, but
it was
that stuff exists.
no, I know it's a thing.
Have you guys ever had a hot sauce pizza?
Yeah,
I love those.
I like that.
I
Hot
love
sauce
them.
pizza.
A hot sauce
But
pizza.
what about pineapple? No, we're not.
Almost
gonna,
headbutted.
We're not gonna get into that.
I legit
yet.
almost
We're not-
headbutted him right there.
So I had so much pizza, and I've been traveling so much and eating so much crap that now I have acid reflux again for the first time since I lost weight in like 2009 maybe. I lost like 20 pounds, and it went away. I had been taking medication for it for like a decade. It runs in my family. But I lost weight, and it was all good. And now, thanks to pizza and traveling too much and eating a bunch of crap, it's back. So
That's the hardest part.
that's what me eating,
Dude,
veggie wraps is all
Dude,
about now.
tournament life is there's nothing like you can do. Like
There's really not. Like, I legit have to, sometimes, like, I do, like, workouts in my hotel room.
Yeah,
And if they have, like, a place to go. But no matter what, no matter how much you work out, there's not going to be a Whole Foods right down the street. Like,
Right.
you're screwed. Like, even if I say I only want to drink, I'm like, I'm only drinking water.
Like
It's
I
not going to
actually
happen.
super respect all the guys who go to those tournaments and hit the gym.
Yeah.
It's
like
hard.
in the day.
Yeah.
You know, like I see guys do that, and I'm just like, no wonder you look like that, Rico. You
Yeah,
know?
seriously. Yeah.
Man, this dude Rico tried to push up on me at Combo Breaker, man. You know I had to push that little dude off. He was like, yeah, you stronger than you look. I was like, I know. Get off of me.
Is that a real conversation?
That was a real conversation. I swear to God it happened.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't saying, Rico a little guy, because he's not.
He's not.
But he ain't about to push up on me like I'm just that guy. Like, I'm just, just some little dude. It's not going to happen, bruh.
You got these guys. Look at these guys. Look at that. Look at that.
You've got the Captain America.
Look at that.
The Captain America. Oh,
Dude.
you're flattering me.
Anyway,
Anyway,
And
all this
absolutely
took place
true.
in Chicago.
Sugar impasta, Filipino style. Yes, that's how I make my own homemade spaghetti.
really?
you do that, and yes, Justin, I can confirm I love In-N-Out fries. To me, they're the best major fast food fries. Sometimes I go to In-N-Out just to get the fries.
Are you serious?
I am totally serious.
Come on, David, man.
But
Come
Justin,
on, man.
why did you give me like some spinach moon pizza in New York?
I like
What
how
are you
like
doing to me?
someone must have sent the bat signal to Justin. 'Cause
I know.
he ain't never in this chat.
I know you've never
before.
been here before, man. Come on.
Somebody made David's
What?
pizza and they just got some grass off.
We're gonna talk smack about Justin every week now, so he can like bring viewers in, dude.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I don't know, Justin, man. You looking bad when it comes to recommendations for food, man. Moon pizza, bro.
No, I will tell you
no.
this though. No, I will tell you this though. Every time I go with Justin to a restaurant, and whatever he orders always seems to be better than what I ordered. Like he just seems to know what to order at a restaurant.
The
It
only
does turn out
person,
well.
the only person that has a clean slate with me when it comes to food is the Hado. This dude is legit. Took me places and he's like, "Yo, Steve, I got you covered. This is what you want to order." And I'm like, "Okay." And every time, he's been spot on.
Okay.
Nobody else. Not crappy Chris Segg and his NorCal food taste. I don't know what happened to his tongue in the transition of life to being an adult, but it's destroyed. You need to throw your tongue away and buy a new one.
Yo,
It's horrible.
it's the lemonade problem, right? It's what happened to his voice. Drank too much lemonade, and it not only burned through his trachea,
It destroyed his
but
taste buds.
It burned his
I mean,
taste
look,
buds too.
Chris Seglia has questionable taste. We'll say that
This
much,
is true.
right?
This is true.
I will say this though. I got recommended a Chinese restaurant by Mr. Jabali.
Ah.
And so me, Justin, Marn, Sherry, and CEO, we all went to this restaurant because he's like, it's the best Asian food. We looked at the menu. Everything looked amazing. Like some of us ordered 2 things just so we could try everything and
Really?
stuff like that. It was ass.
Oh, really?
It
Damn.
was one of the worst Chinese restaurants I had ever
Dang.
been to. So I will give Jabali that maybe he knows like a tapas restaurant or something like that, but I'm never trusting that man's Asian recommendations ever again.
That's right. We went to a tapas restaurant with him, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, that place was really
that place
good.
was good.
Damn, dude.
But the Asian restaurant, I will never trust his Asian recommendations ever again.
So wait, who do you guys trust?
For Asian food
Yeah,
recommendations?
for Asian food.
For Asian food? It's a good question. It's a really tough one.
I mean,
Hard.
look, who's better to judge Chinese food than a guy from China and a Jew? Well, what? You know, there's a connection between
There is,
Jews and
yeah,
Chinese food.
Okay,
There is.
I'm listening.
Oh, you don't know about
I
this?
don't know about
Oh,
this.
yeah, no, that's a
Educate
real
me.
thing.
Well, also to Italian food too. There's a connection to Chinese.
Is this
food.
gonna be off
Oh,
topic?
you're right, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get back on topic. 'Cause
Okay.
I feel like this is just, then we're going way too far. That was my fault. I apologize.
Okay,
Run it back.
Okay.
We're back.
Combo Breaker Pizza. Okay, Combo Breaker.
Big event.
Huge event.
Oh
Awesome.
wait. Before we get into it, hands down the best fighting game event I have ever been to. Changed my life. I'm not joking. I'll put whatever you need me to say, but I'm telling you right now, as far as the way that tournament was ran, the schedule, the casual stations, the way to get in. Don't get me wrong, it might have been a little longer wait time if you were trying to get there, but that's because everybody wanted to get in, you know?
Yeah.
But to me, the best tournament I've ever been to.
I've actually heard that sentiment from, like, I saw that on Twitter from, like, everybody. From, like, hi, I go to lots of small tournaments to, like, Filipino champ. You
Dude,
know what I mean?
it was a guy who brought his children. Like, this dude, okay, so this dude had to be, like, 45 to 50 years old.
Okay.
Easy. And he had 2 little kids with him. And he said,
You made that sound so old, Steve.
45 to 50. 45 to 50.
Continue your story. Go ahead. It's okay.
So,
It's okay.
he's 45 to 50, but he doesn't play video games. That's what keeps you young.
Okay.
I'm just saying, dude. Oh, anyway.
Anyway.
So he bought his nephew, and he said, hey, and he told me this little short story. I apologize, I can't remember names. He's like, hey, like my nephew actually plays. I brought him, but I bought my grandsons as well, and they play too. And he said, hey, can we get a picture? Took a picture, and I was like, hey, what do you guys want to play? He's like, hey, we really want to play Street Fighter, but we want to play with all the other people because we want to see how good we are. And he said, hey, this is our first major event.
Cool.
And like, it's amazing. He's like, everybody's been like really nice to us.
Yeah.
And the whole, he's like, there's plenty of places to play. There's plenty of things to buy, and just the spectacle. Like, this is something I want to come to. It's not an event where you go and just like, oh man, there's a bunch of nerds in here. I'm out of here. You know, it was legit. He said he walked in. He said, I was just gonna drop him off. He's like, but now I want to hang around. And I'm like,
That's
wow,
so cool.
that's
That is so
crazy.
cool. Yeah.
So like, in all honesty, like, to me, when I know I'm going to enjoy myself at a tournament,
Yeah,
I know what brings me to a tournament.
Of course.
But when I get and that's only one of like maybe 4 or 5 people. It wasn't a
Yeah.
crazy amount, but it was like 4 or 5 people that legit have been like, man, I've never even been to a tournament before. And the fact that I'm here at this tournament and I want to go to other tournaments,
Yeah.
man, it's a guy, shout outs to Sir Mikey Rocks, right? Now this guy, this is a music guy. This guy was introduced to me by Lupe. Lupe was like, hey, he's like, what are you doing here? And he was just like, oh man, like this is the only thing I really get to go to, but I play Smash. And I was like, yo, word, you play Smash? And this guy is like part of the cool kids, half of the cool kids. And I was like, what? And then I'm sitting there talking to this guy about like anime and video games.
What?
And I'm like, dude, Jabali, I said, hey, you should check out CEO. He's like, yeah, I only play Smash. I was like, you should definitely check out CEO.
Yeah.
There are Smash specific events, but you probably want to check out CEO.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I think I just might. So like the thing is about it is
Okay.
like the Hado has set a standard. And I said this on Twitter as well. Every other tournament is on notice. If I go to your tournament, like you better be doing your damnedest because Rick has definitely set the bar so high right now. And I just think it's crazy.
One of the things that I actually said was every tournament I go to, I run into people all the time that are like, this is my first tournament. This is actually the first time I come in. I'm always like, hey, are you enjoying it? And blah, 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 all this stuff. Like, I mean, honestly, not to put anyone on blast or anything, but like, people who came up to me at Combo Break, they're like, dude, I enjoy this event so much. And I'm like, okay, look, full disclosure here, okay? Not all events are like this. Okay? Like, yes, you do want to go to more events, but this is like one of the high bars, right? So I basically said Combo Breaker, CEO, Evo. Like, those are the 3 events that
that's probably
usually
right.
deliver the goods, right? So those are the main ones. But, like, yeah, I mean, I actually felt like I had to give that caveat. Just
Well,
to make
and
sure,
I feel like
you know.
that's a bad thing about it. But before we
That is a terrible thing. Yeah,
before we even get into it, David, what are your thoughts? Well, how did you feel?
I had a really good time. I spent less time there than you because I had family stuff in the area to do instead. So I only had like 8 hours of commentary in total. Like I wasn't there that much. I had to go to sleep early at night, a couple of nights, just because I had some family stuff and stuff. But it was still awesome. Like I loved the venue. Awesome venue.
Oh my God, that venue was ridiculous.
Huge and very spacious, and even though it was packed, it didn't feel like it was crowded. I liked the staging. That was all awesome. Everything ran great. The commentary schedule was super cool, and I really had a good time commentating the games that I was
right.
set
I didn't get to
commentate.
commentate with you guys, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
it's
we'll do
part
that.
of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get it. We'll get there.
Yeah, for sure. But that was all awesome. The games were awesome. I really liked that games like Vampire Savior and Skullgirls had time on the big stage.
Dude, Skullgirls was third to last, dude. I mean, like,
It's
super
awesome.
cool.
Like I was.
And they were super hyped, dude.
They were super hyped.
dude.
Super hype. Yeah. Yeah. That scene was really awesome. All these things were great, and like there was a little room up at the top that was the staff room where they had food and stuff for the staff who were working there.
Go get water, whole nine.
Yeah, and like they paid the staff a little bit, which is great. Most tournaments don't do that. Like everything was, to me, it was just great.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been to a Combo Breaker. I've never
Mine
been
too,
to a
is my first one.
UFGT.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was pretty much what everyone said. And my favorite thing about Combo Breaker, I'm just gonna say this: that this does not happen at most fighting game tournaments. And this is my favorite thing about it is that when you go to Combo Breaker, you actually have a very, very good ability to actually play fighting games.
Oh yeah.
So the fact that they had 24-hour casual
Amazing.
stations for every game is huge. It's huge. You can
Amazing.
actually go and play.
Dude.
You know what I mean? You play, and they never use a station for more than one game. So if it was Mortal Kombat, and they weren't running Mortal Kombat like on Friday or something like that, it was casual Mortal Kombat. It wasn't, let's use these machines for something else. It was, this is the Mortal Kombat station. So if it's not tournament, you're playing casual. And to me, that was one of the coolest things about it. And that was by far my favorite. Like, if I had to name my number one feature of Combo Breaker, that's it right there.
Dude, they had a casual station for Tekken Ball.
That's so awesome.
Tekken Ball had a casual
That's so
station.
awesome, dude.
They had a
my
hyper
God.
fighting machine. You know, they just had a
Then
bunch
they
of
had the
good
free play
arcades.
arcade outside
Yeah.
before you got into the venue. So even
Yeah.
if you weren't crazy into the games competitively, they had like every game you wanted to play out in the hallway. They weren't in the best condition,
Dude,
mind
I
you,
was playing
but they were
RoboCop.
there.
I was playing the arcade RoboCop game. Drop it.
Was it hard?
Drop it.
I haven't played
That game was
in forever.
ridiculous.
I remember it being hard.
That
but-
game was basically you never gained your life back. So
Yeah, that
it
game
was
was
like
really
it
hard.
was stupid. It was like one of those. It was during the era where they started trying to make games as unfair as possible to eat your quarters.
Order
So,
eating. Yeah. Like the event, it was this great combination of very community-driven things like this casual station are part of it, but a lot of stuff was felt very community-driven. And Super Esports presentation at the front, because there were 5 stages showing different games, and they were all awesome, and the main stage was awesome, and they had a bunch of streams, and the production was there. There were replays on each of the streams. It just, everything was there.
They
man.
had 5
Awesome.
separate stages for each game. So they had like, if you walked in this way, they had Marvel to your left, Tekken to your right, vendors, in front of that casual stations, then it was the actual tournament stations. And against the far wall, they had the giant Titantron TV. And to the left and right, they had smaller ones. To the left, it was Smash Brothers. To the right, it was numerous games. So they had like the semi-stage,
like Mortal,
which
yeah.
was genius. Like, it was so good. So even when the time came on Sunday, when everybody sat there in front, like, everybody was looking at that focal point. And you didn't have to worry about people moving. You didn't have to worry about a lot going on. It was...
I also really do like the decision that he put the commentators in the crowd for the main game.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice touch.
It was for all the games.
It was for all the games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because some of the commentators were behind the curtains, remember?
Yeah, but that commentary was also in front. It was, people could hear it.
I don't mean the audio.
I
just mean-
literally
no,
the
in
guys
the crowd.
doing in the
Like,
crowd.
kind of like WWE, like wrestling style.
So when you showed the
commentators, you
during
could
the
see
break,
the people
everyone was
behind it.
behind
Oh
it.
my
That was
god,
cool.
that
Yeah,
was so
I
sick.
did like that part
Agreed.
too. I
Agreed.
liked that part as well, so.
Another thing is, I know that was, to me, that was really good, but apparently a couple of players said they could still hear the commentators.
Yeah.
Which, and some people don't like headphones, like Filipino man does not like headphones. And he said that because he wants to hear the crowds, but even more so, like, that once again, that they were reacting to some of the things that
No,
the
dude,
commentators
my favorite
said.
thing was that Justin literally told me like he would hear what we were saying and he would do the opposite or like do stuff to like throw the opponent off base. what we
That's
were
crazy.
saying.
Justin, if you were doing that, man, I don't believe it. I don't believe that for a second. You're good. And you were damn good. But I'm just doing it to throw them off. You don't know if they heard what you were saying. You don't even know if they heard the other commentators.
Hey, get some reactions too. Come on.
Yeah, dude, man, they showed me those
anticipating
videos. You need to get some better reactions,
Yeah,
Mr.
you're just
Justin
guessing.
Wong. Come on, dude. Anyways,
All right. Well, great tournament, great experience. You want to talk about some of the games?
Yeah, let's talk about the results. Let's just get through the results really fast.
All right. We
because
probably
everyone
can't
knows
spend
the
10 years
results.
on this. Yeah.
Everyone knows the results, so
Yeah, you're probably right.
let's just do top 5.
well, we could do top 8, but
Top eight?
let's just say the one small things that we wanted to say about the game.
Sure, you got it. Top 8, Street Fighter 5. 7th place is Circa LPN, Alex, YP Filipino Man, Chun-Li. 5th place is EG Ricky, Chun-Li. 5th, also Wolfcron Laura. 4th was Liquid Knuckle Dew with Nash, Mika, and Guile. 3rd, PG F Champ, Dalsum. 2nd, Flash with Vega. Winner, EG Justin Wong with Karen.
2 sentences. What do you want to say about it?
I want to say, look at the level of play that was here. For this to be not a premier event does not make sense
Agreed.
Okay.
because it's too good.
Well, that was
Sorry,
sort of
sorry.
like 1.5 sentences.
Sorry.
but-
Grand finals are starting to become monotonous because Justin's going to win. But everything else is fantastic. I was really impressed by Wolfcron because I hadn't seen him do this well in a tournament yet, and he was top notch. He had some really good stuff in there. And shout outs to Alex and Dalsum doing as well as they did. Dalsum was like, there are 3 Dalsums in the top 9.
Really happy to see Vega doing really well. Character that a lot of people are like, oh, he's not so. But Flash Metroid, scientist of all scientists,
Yeah.
he was doing things with Vega that I hadn't seen anyone else do. And then, who can stop Justin at this? I mean, I literally, so Bizarro Mike interviewed me and wanted my opinion about Justin, and I said for every tournament, like in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 up to this point, if you asked me if I wanted to bet on one player or the field, I almost always took the field. But I
Agreed.
said for Combo Breaker, I would have taken Justin. I would have bet on Justin over the field. That's how dominant he is at this point.
Agreed.
Okay.
Flash, happy to see him doing well again. That's really cool.
Yes.
Ultimate Marvel 3 top 8. 7th place is PG Ray Ray with Magneto Doom Sentinel and Neo with Magneto Doom Phoenix. 5th place is Jabril with same team as Flux, who also got 5th, Zero Virgil Dante. 4th, E.G. Justin Wong with Virgil Storm Kuma, etc. 3rd was NB Dual Kevin with Deadpool Dante Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool top 3. 2nd place was RF7 Ryan LV with Chun-Li Morgan Phoenix. Winner, UA Terry Bogard, Morgan Dante, and Strider. I didn't watch that live, but I did catch it later on BG Callisto's YouTube channel, and it was a really good top 3.
Yeah.
Very interesting characters, really cool place that game has gotten to.
I really like I'm pretty sure one of you two said it. It was just the fact that like the game is now kind of narrowed out to the point where you're used to seeing these characters and these players, that every so often when you get those guys, those notable guys that get in there with their very unique teams,
Yeah.
it mixes it up in such a unique fashion. It makes it look so much cooler, to me anyway.
Right.
I really like that.
And winners finals was a Chun-Li team versus a Deadpool team.
Oh my god.
That's all you need to say about this event. And,
Very interesting.
and also, if you wanted more expanded opinions on how we felt about the tournament, you should have watched our after show.
Oh, that's true. They kind of got the whole package. Yo, Leandro, you got like a deal, bro. Because like we gave you a pre-show, we gave you commentary, and then you got an after show. That's like some ESPN game finals kind of.
It's UCTV, man.
Huh? UCTV, the best the business can buy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also, I wanted to mention for Marvel commentary that I really, 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 really love Persia's commentary.
Yes.
She's so good at commentary.
Yeah,
Yo,
she can hold up anybody on commentary.
I know,
I'm telling
right?
you, man.
Yeah.
And shout-outs to all of them. Shout-outs to Persia. Special shout-outs. Because she was giving out Marvel quizzes today on her Twitter. And I didn't want to participate. Because, you know, I got that knowledge.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But the fact that she did that, girl, you're going places.
Persia's the best. Persia's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, next game.
Mortal Kombat X, 7th place is CR Wound Cowboy with Shinnok, Imposter, and I think some Bone Shaper. 7th place also EVB, Big D, Mystic Ermac. 5th place is Perfect Legend with Ninjutsu Scorpion, Buzzsaw Kung Lao, Tempest Kung Lao, and A-List Johnny Cage. 5th place also CR Dragon with Tarkatan Alien. 4th was CR Sonic Fox with Brawler Cassie Cage, Gunslinger Aaron
It took
Black,
him a while to
Acidic
get that out.
Alien,
I know.
Shotgun
Sonic Fox,
Jackie
4th
Briggs,
place.
Spec Ops Cassie Cage. Nice work. 3rd place, Noble Red Raptor with Shirai Ryu Takeda and Marksman Aaron Black. 2nd place, Orbit MTL Hayate with Ronin Takeda. Winner, PXP, a Foxy Grandpa, Piercing Melina.
Yeah. Yo, Mortal Kombat was kind of hype. Just saying.
It was awesome. I really had a blast with it. Even the alien year between Dragon and teammate Sonic Fox was hype, I thought. So that was really cool. Awesome to see Perfect Legend doing well again. That's very cool.
He qualified.
Shout-outs to
He
Perfect
did
Legend for
qualify.
qualifying. Offline,
ESL.
I think that's dope. The fact that it happened offline. I don't know why, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
that feels kind of nice.
Big D's first top 8. That's really great for him. Sonic Fox got 4th place in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened this year.
At this
Or
point
did
in
it happen
time,
last year?
I think it happened once.
Okay.
At this point in time, I mean, it seems like it's pretty much a consensus now that Foxy Grandpa is probably the best combat player.
His footsies are amazing.
Right.
And when he takes risks, which is not often, amazing. But really cool to see Hayate and Red Raptor get up there with Takeda's. Hayate seems like he might also be up there in the running for best player right now. So.
Also, we talked about this. We touched on this on the after show on BG Callisto's. When sorry to blow you up, but when Slayer said something to Perfect Legend after Perfect Legend tweeted that it's his game, he said, "Well, only one of us has been top 4 at a major in this game."
Dang.
And he double jeopardy. Did he double jeopardy him, or did he just knock him out?
I know he at least 3-0'd him.
3-0'd him, yeah. Carl 3-0'd Slayer, right? So,
Ooh.
Anyways,
Fantastic. Tekken 7.
Wow.
7th place is Blacklist Grand with Steve and GW Jackie Tran with Brian Devilgen. 5th place is Shadow 20s with Kazuya and Heihachi. 5th also Mateo with Fang. 4th, it's Magnificent with Fang and Jack 7. 3rd was Reno Face with Claudio and Lucky Chloe. 2nd place, Rip, Ha Ha, it's hilarious with Law and Paul. He happened a lot.
Yep.
Winner, Circa Anakin with Jack 7 and Dragunov.
He did it. He did exactly what he said he was going to do.
That's right.
But even more so, let me just say, the Tekken Tour tournaments are getting a little ridiculous. Like, each tournament, like, it's like people see the results and they say something. They're like, and it's like these old school guys. They're like, it's Tekken 7 stuff, huh? Free to enter tournament. I might check it out. And then they show up, and it's these old guys doing some craziness. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not the fact that they're old or anything like that. It's just the fact that they come out to play this game, and that the competition bar is getting so
awesome. Good. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah.
So high. So, like, I'm genuinely interested to see what happens with the rest of the tour. Who gets these spots? Anakin is definitely giving up his spot again for CEO.
Okay.
I think it's smart.
It's awesome.
I think it's because you can win a lot more money this way too,
It's true.
right? And if you
do
can
not let this dude keep winning. I love Anakin and I want him to do good, but I want that competition. I want to see what happens.
I also want when Anakin wins a tournament again for him to jump off the stage and go yippee, just because.
Oh God.
You know why? Okay.
Of course I know why.
But also just a side thing about Tekken, like I talked to Justin and he was like, Akuma has like 20 moves. And like that got me all of a sudden. I was like super excited. So 100% I'm starting with Akuma.
Oh, me too. Of
Smartest.
course.
Like
Dude.
that was such a good move on their part to make him play like.
I'm trying to tell you guys, Tekken 7 is like the reintroduction. It's so good because it's so simple and the system is legit. Hey, you can do this. You try it for a second and you know it's good. It's
I'm really looking forward to it.
Because then I can use a Street Fighter character and learn how to fight all the Tekken characters. That's genius.
Yeah, no, it's super good.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, it worked so, man. Harada, Namco, Bandai, Michael Murray, you guys are godlike. Mark, man, you're doing an awesome job. Keep it up. But, like, I really wish I got to play more. I really wish. I mean, I am there commentating because I am going to be at all these events. But I love commentating, and I just really want to play the game.
Dude, commentating means you don't get to play. That's just
that's
the life.
It's true.
All right.
I just want to say the Fated Retribution auction tournament, second place, Circa Anakin with Jack 7. He paid $75. Winner, Eris with Dragunov, who paid $85.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Eris
good
won.
stuff to
How
Eris.
about that? Not washed up yet.
Dude, that auction tournament was sick too. It was really great.
Skullgirls second encore.
Dude,
So
they actually said that the Hado gave them permission to do auction tournaments in other places.
Oh,
for
sick.
Tekken. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
seventh place is for Skullgirls, Wing Zero with Parasol Philia Squiggly and Ilda Toluta with Painwheel Fortune Cerebella. Fifth place, 159 Man with Squiggly Big Band.
Japan.
And Cloud with Valentine Philia Double. Fourth was Swift Fox Dash with Peacock Cerebella. Third, Liam with Parasol Double R Fortune. Second place, CR DeKill Sage with Beowulf Fukuwa Big Band and Cerebella Double. Winner, CR Sonic Fox with Philia Double Fukuwa.
That washed up fourth place Sonic Fox. God, he's so terrible at fighting.
Also a scrub. Give it up, dude. What are you, like 18 and a half or something? Time to go get a job.
Yep.
Time to go get a job.
I talked to him. He actually said he has not been playing much Mortal Kombat at all, right? He's actually been practicing a lot of Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, definitely work out this weekend. But
Side note, I just got updated, right?
Okay.
So, one Red Raptor is from St. Louis.
Yes.
Boom, St. Louis, you know what it is. He played with my boy Slips. And Jackie Tran, I don't know how I forgot this, but he did win Evo for Tekken 4 in 2K3. So, and he was at this tournament.
Yeah.
And we have, like I said, we don't really get much time to see these guys. So, I'm just happy that
that's really cool,
that
man.
it actually happened. Shout outs to Sheraton Talent AJ. He's the one who let me know about that. So,
it was awesome to see Skullgirls up there. I know this is basically Evo for Skullgirls.
Yeah.
The community really came out.
I want to watch the archives.
Yeah, I mean, I was commentating during part of it, but yeah, it was really great to see, and I watched the whole 10v10 East Coast versus the world,
man.
which was awesome. And even if you guys don't follow Skullgirls closely, like,
give it a try.
You should really check it out because it's an awesome. It's like it's written. It's like such a good story.
Was this all on Team Spooky, right?
That was Team Spooky.
So you can find it on Team Spooky's channel on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, certainly at least on Twitch. I don't know if they put it up.
Oh, I see. You just went to the archives. Okay.
No, I mean I watched that live.
Oh,
the
that
10%.
one live. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, 7th places Texerd Faulty Defense with Sin Kisuke and Fu with Leo Whitefang Potemkin. 5th was Black Snake Venom and Bears with Chip Xanath. Fourth was FF Elven Shadow Faust. Third, Kid Viper Johnny. Second place, PG Marlin Pie with Zato. Winner, PAG Lost Soul, Elfelt.
Dude, that guy is crazy.
But you know what?
He's so good.
Let's see what happens once Kid Viper really figures out
Dude,
Johnny.
shout outs to those players in Texas that come out.
Yeah.
Kid Viper and Textured Faulty Defense. So I actually got to sit down and play a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, I like the fact that they travel. I like the fact that they make sure that they rep. You know what I mean? I really liked it. I like the fact that people are traveling for gear. Because you guys know that's my jam.
Of course.
So I'm really happy that they travel for it. And gear was really, really, really hype. It was
I'm sure
really
there was
hype.
another Texas player that you also wished well,
Yeah, I
get
mean,
out there,
maybe.
Hey.
But you might not be good enough. Everybody in Texas is not good enough to travel and play games
That's
at
true.
that level.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying.
That's true. No, because I mean, honestly though, Johnny is the character that is about conversions, right?
It's
Once
true.
you start figuring out how to play Johnny, every time, because that's what happens when I watch Karinshu, right? Like as soon as he touches you, you die, and that's just gonna take experience. So once Kid Viper gets to that point, I'm scared.
Did you guys
I'm
not
scared.
see that clip?
Oh, I saw like 3 clips that came up from Kid
One
Viper.
hit
Johnny.
kill.
Yeah.
On Hotashi. I'm sorry, Hotashi. I'll put you on blast
No, 'cause
while I was there, and then I'm doing it again.
He got him to block 3 towards H's in a row, and then he got hit by one.
You
So
don't
his
do
guard
that.
bar had built all the way up, so it was like counter hit,
Right.
counter hit, counter
Right.
hit, boom,
One
boom, boom,
combo,
boom, dizzy,
dead.
then dead. That was it.
Dang.
He was dead. So
That's awesome.
So good. So good.
Okay, alright. KOF 2K2 UM. Fourth was Sam W with K-Benimaru Shangfei and Andy Benimaru Classic Robert, and Andy Benimaru Shangfei. Third, Desmond KOF with Hinako Kusanagi Kasumi. Hinako King Kasumi and King Kusanagi Kasumi. Second, Flanagan with Ryo Kasumi Clark, Ramon Kasumi Clark, Kasumi Nameless Clark, K-Kasumi Clark. For winner, Mario E, Seth, Classic Takuma, Chris, Orochi Yashiro, Classic Takuma. That took so long
Yes.
for 4 people.
That's true. That's why I was like, yo, you gonna read all these names?
I didn't think
Got
it was
it.
gonna be like that, but alright. Blaze Blue, Chrono Phantasma, Extend. Top 4, DOT Donka with Kagura. Third, The Beautiful Dude, Relius. Second place, 13 Blades? I don't remember. X3 Blades. Jin, D-Link, Lord Knight won the whole thing with Valk. Under Night in Birth, EXE Late. Fourth, Mike Loafers, Hyde. Third, RL Batista. Second, JDR, Hyde. First, CR Sonic Fox with Carmine.
That guy's washed up, dude.
Tisk tisk. Smash Bros. Wii U. Fourth, PG MVD with Diddy. Third, GGA JJ Rockets, Diddy. Second, E2C Tyroy with Bayonetta Chic. And winner, PG Esam Pikachu. Persona 4. NF up 1, Marie was 4th place. Third was Korn Axis with Ken. Second place, D-Link Lord Knight Margaret. Winner, SQ with Chie. KOF 14 Exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
Tied for third, Berserk with Athena Dinosaur. King of Dinosaurs, excuse me. That's what SRK says. Dinosaur, but it's King of Dinosaurs.
You seen that one tier ranking for KOF 14,
No.
right? It's like the best thing. It's basically the two. It's one of those Madman Cafe ones, and basically the ranking is one is your level of dinosaur, and the other one's the level of king. And so King of Dinosaurs is at the top corner. King is actually over here, but she's not a dinosaur. Everybody else was at the bottom. I just thought that was
That's very
hilarious. I
funny.
don't know.
That's very funny. Third place, Flanagan also was Banderas Clark Leona and Clark Robert Leona. Second place, UA Terry Bogard, Rio Terry Kula. Winner, James Jr., Sylvie Tung Andy, Sylvie Andy Terry, Sylvie Andy Yori.
I'm so proud of my son.
James Jr. Melee! Fourth was PG Esam Samus. Third, Dreffin Sheik. Second, Kells Fox Sheik. Winner, Duck Samus.
Mm-hmm. SSV Duck.
Vampire Savior. Do you want me to do top 8 because you did this?
Sure. Yeah.
Top 8, 7th places, Chex Quest, QB, and FES Madowcat, Gallon.
Talbane.
Yeah, I always get that mixed up. 5th place, SLMF Fuzzy Snugs, QB, and Apollo was Zabel, aka Lord Raptor.
Lord Raptor.
Oh yeah.
Zabel Zarak, a.k.a. Lord Raptor.
4th was VMP Yeti Ghetto Slang with Sasquatch. 3rd was Mighty Mar Anacharis. 2nd place, Mr. Igloo Sasquatch. Winner, VMP Ailerus with Felicia.
Yeah, shout-outs to Felicia. Yeah, shout-outs to Elleris. That was super awesome. And seriously, like, watching Mighty Mar in person, like, go get that far and do that well with an Acurus, like, it's like a sight to behold, man.
I've known Mighty Mar for a really long time.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he's a Midwest guy.
Okay.
So it's like, I've known him for a while, and he legit, he loves that game.
Oh,
He
yeah,
speaks
you
the
can tell.
gospel of that
Oh,
all
dude.
the time.
You can tell. I'm so impressed seeing somebody play with a character that doesn't have a regular throw,
Doesn't have the push block.
doesn't have the push block.
Doesn't have a guard reversal.
It's weird, but it's great. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, but I love that game so much. Super happy that it got all that time. That game needs to go 3 out of 5. That's all I'm saying. Game needs to go. That game, one set between 2 players can be shorter than like a round in Street Fighter 5.
It can be really fast.
Seriously.
Combo Breaker Mystery Tournament, 4th place, E.G. Justin Wong. 3rd, Mr. Igloo. 2nd, Husbando.
I was there too.
Winner, Cowls.
Nice.
And Grand Finals was Tournament Fighters,
Yes.
TMNT.
Which Justin was
Kind of a
salty
slop
about.
fest, but yeah.
Justin was kind of hurt
Justin
about
was
that.
He was.
just destroyed everybody. In that
Yeah,
game.
I'm sure he would have.
I know, like the New York guys played that a lot. Arturo Sanchez is supposedly godlike at that game.
Really?
Yeah, like the New York scene really played that game.
Yeah,
Wow.
apparently the SNES
Yeah.
Tournament Fighters, the SNES one, like Arturo is
Yeah.
like undefeatable in that game.
Like during the Dark Ages when nothing new was coming out, those folks were playing a lot of stuff
Right.
for sure. Tekken Ball,
Dude.
4th, Mateo with Paul. 3rd, Star Ocean's Ogre.
Jeez.
2nd place, Joshimitsu with Heihachi, Ogre Jin. And winner, GW Jackie Tran with Paul.
Dude, I just want to repeat what Keith said in chat.
Yeah.
Is that Mighty Mar works QA at Iron Galaxy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he can test on 2 controllers at once, testing setups against himself without record and replay. And he is a crazy genius, is what Keith said.
Interesting.
That's
That
godlike,
is
dude.
ridiculous. I used to test combos with my feet.
Yeah, I did that too.
But not-
Yeah, I used to do that,
yeah,
but
not
at
with
the
2
same
hands,
time, yo, Tekken Ball was nuts. Was nuts.
Joshimitsu.
Dude, I wanted Joshimitsu to win so bad, but it is what it is. Long as that cheater Star Oceans didn't win.
Dang. But Joshimitsu also used Ogre.
Yo, that was only in the mirror. He didn't switch after that. Sometimes you have to use evil to beat evil, man.
Okay.
Warding off the evil spells, man.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know what I'm talking about. You gotta... No? Alright, whatever.
Tekken
Ball.
Playing Heretic? What was that?
I felt like that
A little
was Simon
FPS.
Belmont win.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
trying to
okay.
take out the evil
I
Dracula,
thought
right?
you were doing the Heretic. Whatever, anyway.
Okay.
Killer Instinct. Well, let's do
Also hype. It was awesome.
was super hype,
It was sick.
actually.
I didn't even know what was happening. Shout out to Pete Diamond. God, like.
Yeah.
7th place is LCD Kim and Dayton J with Orchid Saberwolf.
Shout out to Dayton J.
Absolutely. Very impressive. 5th, Gnarly Feats with Orchid and Rico Suave with Tusk, Mira, and Shadow Jago. Did not go how well he wanted, that's for sure. F3, F3 Hollywood Sleep. 4th with Arbiter, Arya, Glacius, and Conra. 3rd was PAG Pink Diamond with Maya. 2nd place, Nikki NS with Fulgore, and winner BH Thompson with Jago. So, according to Sajam, those 2 players, 1st and 2nd, have been good for a long time, but just haven't won like their offline major.
Right.
So this is kind of coming out for them. That's really cool to see.
I mean, look, if you're some guy like Thompson, you've won a lot of online tournaments,
Right.
you're in your element, you start going to events, it's harder to win once you're in live events, but that's how you get over it, is you keep going to events, and then you take the big one. And I will say this, we won't touch on this during the community section, but I'm going to guess that win is what got Nikki FS signed by Circa Gaming.
Really?
Yeah, so he just got
Seems likely.
signed. Yeah.
Yeah. Just want to say Rico lost to Sleep in a blow-up 3-0.
Really?
Yeah, even though he was talking about how he was gonna like totally destroy Sleep, and like they've had some words in the past. There's kind of bad blood there.
Okay.
And so I was hanging out. Yeah, I didn't know this either. But I was hanging out with Rico during the tournament. And I was sitting right next to him, and before and after he played. And before he played, he was very confident, and afterward, he was like, "I messed up, man."
So we're gonna have to call him Narcolepsy Rico Suave because he can't beat sleep.
That's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's pretty
James.
good.
I have to
All
say.
right, okay.
That's nice. That's nice.
Okay, I'll shake
That's
hands
nice.
on that one. I'll shake hands on
Okay.
that one.
That's
That was
nice.
legit. That was legit.
Well done. Well done. A really stacked tournament for this game.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole top 16 was legit players.
That was a qualifying spot, though, however, right? For the KI Cup thingy, right?
That seems likely.
Yeah, it was definitely qualified.
KOF 13, fourth Flanagan with Clark Karate XKO. Third was HDK LV Prinny with Karate Clark Kim. Second place Mario E with like 5 different teams. Then winner was KCO Pedro with EX Yori, Benny Maru, and Karate. Ultra Street Fighter 4, fourth place Octopus on Fire Blanca, TP Octopus on Fire. Third place 412 Diaphone Legere. Second place Full of Crone Viper Poison. Winner Liquid Knuckle Dude DiCaprio and Abel. I tried to do that without taking a breath. DOA 5 last round. Fourth Rambro with Mila. Third Jinxed Forever with Jan Lee. Second place was Pacnemius with Lei Fang Hayate. Winner CR Sonic Fox Christy Rachel. And then Brawlhalla, which was free and actually had the third most entrants. How about that?
They had like some guys come from overseas or something? Or
Yeah, the winner. So fourth was Stevenator with Budvar, or Badvar? I don't remember how to do that. Third was Twilight with Budvar and Asuri. Then second was Boomy with Koji, Sir Roland, Budvar, Bryn, Jala, and Ulgrim. Winner was BX3 Zeloxery with Ember. And yeah, he's from the UK. That's what I was told.
Dude, is the US the best in any game anymore?
Yo, we didn't get first or second in an NRS game. Like, that, I don't know if that's ever... That actually might never have happened at a major in North America before. That is a real possibility.
Right.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess it was only a matter of time.
I guess so. UK and Canada.
I mean, we don't even own Marvel anymore, dude. I mean...
No.
Yeah.
Tough times in the old US of A.
The old US of A.
All right, that's it for results. Great tournament.
Cool, good stuff. There's a couple of other things that I wanted to bring up about Combo Breaker before we get to Japanawa results. First of all, the good, right? Lupe Fiasco showed up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't even mention that. That was
Super cool. Very, very, very cool.
Didn't you like ride in his car or something?
Dude, we legit hung out. I hung out with him. We had lunch, then we had dinner, then the next day we had dinner, and we just like talked about it. And he was legitimately interested in FGC. On top of that, like during the finals day, he was right there. He wasn't sitting off to the side. He wasn't sitting in the back. He was in the front row.
In the middle.
In the middle of Korn and everybody else. Yeah. He was talking smack with him. Yeah. He was getting hype with us.
Like we were doing money. I don't know if he was doing betting, but like everybody around him was.
Nah, he wasn't betting.
Yeah,
he wasn't betting.
But
I mean,
he was cool with that, man.
Even
he was
like
all
during
proud
top
of that.
8, apparently like he turned and like would say things to Say Jam and stuff like
because
that.
He hates Mika, and I was blowing him up. I was like, he loves Mika, and he was like, I hate Mika. I'm like, look at him, he loves her. He was like,
that's awesome.
And on top of that, I would like to say I almost forgot the people. When he's there and he's like hanging out, he's legitimately doing the same thing that you guys are doing. We're there to work. He's there to like watch, maybe possibly get in on casuals, but he wants to learn. So him chilling out and just hanging was legitimately just him being there. He didn't announce that he was coming or anything like that.
Wasn't like
he
some
showed up
press
with his
thing.
fight stick too.
He came with his controller.
Yeah,
like he was ready to play, and I think that was dope.
He didn't show up in time like to register,
enter.
but it wasn't like I think you mentioned that it wasn't like I'm Lupe Fiasco, put me in the pool.
Yeah, no, that's what he said. He didn't announce it. He wanted to hang out. So like even if he does go to a future event or whatever the case may be, just let him chill, man. Like. Don't rush the guy.
No, seriously, when I talked to him, I did the same thing that I did to everyone else. I asked, "Are you having fun?"
Yeah.
And he said yes, and I'm like, "Thank you for showing up and supporting our scene." It's
for the scene,
I mean,
nice
guy.
guy.
He's really cool, and he really wanted to meet you guys. Like
man.
one of the first things he said, he was like, "Yo, is James and David back here?" And that's why I brought him back there to try to talk to him. But he was working.
It's funny because he's never really tweeted at me before or anything like that. So I was like, "Does he really know who we are and stuff like that?" But
he's a big fan of the scene.
Yeah.
It's not like he's just
Can I let me do a little sidetrack here?
Okay.
So I want to show you a picture of something.
Okay.
I want to show you a picture of something. Okay, let me see if I can get this up on the stream as well. Where have we got here? Yeah, let me show you this picture over here. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is my Twitter notification.
James is being super weird right now.
He's being really weird.
You remember when I said?
Oh my God!
I was like, hey, maybe this person knows me, and you're like, he doesn't care. Well, hey, look at this.
Why did you have that say? What a nerd!
Are you nerd?
Look at this, dude. There you go.
You know he did that as a favor to me, right?
You know, James can officially.
I can die now. Like, I'm okay.
Don't say
that.
What I was gonna say was that you can officially get rid of any links to Pornhub and the like. That's gonna do it for you forever.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy.
So, there you go.
It just rubs it in my face. It was a joke, James. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
You made me cry, man. You made me cry.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Anyways.
Lupe was very cool. I was glad
cool.
he had a lot of fun there.
He really enjoyed it.
That was the most important thing. It wasn't important that he showed up. You know what I mean? It was more important that he had fun.
Exactly.
He was able to enjoy the fighting game community.
He was definitely one of those people we talked about enjoying himself at the event, and that being his first actual FGC event. So like I said, if he does come to an event, he might not come to a big event or whatever the case, and it's completely on him. I have no knowledge of that whatsoever. Huh. Let that dude hang out. Just let him chill.
All right, cool.
Anyways.
All right.
Now there's the bad from Combo Breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
An incident that has kind of put a little bit of a stain on it. It's unfortunate that we have to talk about it. Now, look, everybody in the chat knows who we're talking about, but we have been given the request by parties involved to not name any names. Mm-hmm. But there was definitely on video an incident captured of sexual assault. And this has come up, and I know Rick is really frustrated by it because everyone keeps talking about that now instead of how great the event was and such. And look, this is not something that we can avoid talking about. Like, stuff like this has happened, in particular with this person. Stuff like this has happened in the past. And so this is not something that we should ignore. Like, this is definitely something that needs to be brought up. It definitely needs something to be addressed. And at this point in time, if something like this, like, I don't even want to say if something like this keeps happening, because keeps happening is kind of already where it's at.
You're right.
Right? So at this point in time, I really do feel like the collective FGC needs to do something about this. Like, I feel like some stand has to be taken, you know, at this point in time.
My thing is this, that no matter who's involved, it shouldn't outshine the event, because the event was great.
Yes.
Without that event, and it's still great with that event, the parties involved, whoever it may have offended, the fact that it even happened in general is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. It makes not just the persons involved look bad, but it makes our scene look bad. Mm-hmm. Everybody makes mistakes, granted, but like you said, it comes a point in time, if it continues to happen, that something has to be done about it. It does not matter who it is.
Agreed.
If it was me, I would play like this. I put myself in that position, and I'm liable to get punished just like anybody else. Corrective measures have to be made, whether it be from myself or the parties involved or the people's organizations that it is. Mm-hmm. So whatever that may be, however that may fall out to those people involved, I suggest that, in all honesty, a little more tact be conducted in all parts of that. Like, it's just not cool. I wouldn't want anybody, friend, sister, brother, to be in that situation. And that's how I think about any situation.
Yeah,
like, if at any point I'm like, well, is this okay? You say, well, would my grandmother, aunt, mother, whatever the case, be okay with those things happening? Yeah. You just apply it to yourself. Not telling anybody how to live their lives, but that's how I conduct myself. If I feel like somebody I care for and love, or whatever the case, whether it be my niece or my dad, I want everybody to be comfortable.
Right.
That's it. If you can't follow those rules, maybe you shouldn't be there.
No,
I agree.
So, I mean, the Hado is in the chat, and he is talking about how they want to conduct their research and, you know, get to a conclusion and everything like that.
Yeah. I mean, if the one involved wants anonymity, that's totally it's up to her.
That's up to her. So, look, in my opinion, because this is a repeated incident, if Rick wants to ban him from Combo Breaker. I think that's completely justified.
Yeah.
In fact, if any event wants to ban him, if Evo was like, you know what, you can't show up. If Capcom was like, you can't play in any of our premier events anymore because of buggery, you know, or anything like that, you know, like, it's absolutely justified at this point in time. And so, honestly, like, if he does get banned from FGC events, I mean, that is a completely logical result of this whole entire thing. So, in fact, in all honesty, it probably is the right thing to do.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it probably should happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too bad. I consider the guy a friend and have for a long time,
Right.
so I'm like extra disappointed
Right.
that it's not like some rando for me.
Right.
I know obviously for a lot of people at home it is, and somebody who you think of as a jerk maybe, but very nice guy in a lot of situations, and disappointed that you would do this kind of thing. So, but like you were saying, just because he's somebody who we know doesn't mean that he should escape any consequences.
Right, exactly. It's like you said, if like you did something like
If
that.
I did something like that,
and even if you were like,
if-
this was a mistake, it was, but if it was.
everybody has to be checked at some point in time.
Yeah.
If put like this, I want to be able to take the people, like the things that I love is not outside the realm of the people that I care about. So if I wanted my little brother or my little sister or my aunt or whatever the case to come, I need to make sure they cool.
Yeah, man. Like last year, my cousins came to Combo Breaker, and my
At
great
Evo,
aunt was
right?
there.
At
and
Evo, one of your relatives was at Evo, wasn't she? Or
at Evo.
was it a friend of your friend?
Oh, a good friend of mine.
Oh,
came to
okay,
Evo.
yeah, okay.
But yeah, my girlfriend was at Combo Breaker, and I would hate for them to see that and think that that's what Combo Breaker was about.
Right. Or
That would
even
really-
have something like that happen to them.
Especially.
Right,
But
yeah.
that would really make me upset. So
Yeah.
I know that is happening for somebody right now.
And exactly, someone in the chat says, why would a girl want to attend if this is the news that keeps coming out?
Exactly.
About our
Why
scene?
would you? I don't
Right.
know. I probably wouldn't if it were me.
Absolutely.
So I want to make it clear that this is not acceptable in the fighting game community or anywhere, and that we have to, actively try to put a stop to it. Not just say we need to change and so forth, but to actively do things differently, and that probably starts with the prohibition.
And again,
So.
keep in mind, I mean, the anonymity, because everybody knows who it is in chat and everything like that, but it's through the request of parties involved, the
Yeah.
girl, right? So we're respecting her
Yeah.
wishes right now, so.
For sure.
I mean, we've all but basically hinted at it already. So.
Like everybody knows who it is,
Yeah.
And on top of that, only because somebody say we esports now, that don't matter. I wouldn't care where we were at.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah,
be,
what does that have to do with it?
it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, like I said,
You can't go around groping people. Come on, you just can't. You can't do that. It's not acceptable. It shouldn't ever have been. I understand that for jerks it was for a while, but it's not. Get used to it. Change your ways.
Right.
If you don't, then you shouldn't be around.
Yep. So unfortunately, that did have to happen. That didn't mar the event anymore. But I do agree with a lot of people. Like, obviously, we don't want to sweep this under the rug, but this should not be the focus of.
oh no,
Breaker.
it doesn't. Like I said,
Combo Breaker was an amazing event. Let's not sully its name or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
Let's
No,
hope
look,
this
this.
doesn't end up in a Kotaku article.
Well,
and
look.
stuff like
If
that.
it does, it shouldn't be about Combo Breaker. That's where it took place, but it could have happened
Yep.
anywhere, and has happened at other places after all. So it's not like it's obviously Combo Breaker doesn't have anything to do with it. It was just where it happened, and I don't want it to happen anywhere, there or anywhere else.
Yep.
What kind of charges could he face? I'm not a criminal lawyer, so I'm not super well acquainted with that stuff. I don't know. And by the way, it's not up to individual people to press charges. It's up to, if you want to, you can bring the authorities' attention to something, but it's not up to like some individual to, other than the district attorney or whatever, to decide. So anyway, all right.
All right. So, do you want to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll just get through events, game news, and I basically have no community news, so we'll just get through that real quick, and then we'll be right back.
You got it.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back to UltraChenTV show. That's what it's called now, right?
Yes.
Oh, is this UltraChenTV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, UltraChenTV.
The UltraChenTV show. Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
Tuesday show.
UltraChenTV.
UltraChenTV
So wait.
show.
The Tuesday show is the premiere show.
No, well, the Tuesday show is what we're doing now, but
It's on Tuesday.
But it's like it's the show that leads to everything else, right? Because we
Yeah.
don't have a show on Monday. Tuesday is the lining for the week show.
Yeah, but so now when we added you and Sejan to it, we said, you know what, let's not call it the Tuesday show anymore. It's not just the UltraChen.
It's UltraChenTV, the UltraChenTV show.
Whatever. You got it. Let's run it.
Hey, what do we got, James?
All right, let's talk about some events here. Coming up this weekend, there's a tournament taking place in Bogota, Colombia,
Bogota.
called the Fight Colombia. I do not have stream information, but this will be taking place this weekend, as I said, in Colombia. So it is a Capcom Pro Tour ranking event.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
So,
Bogota, Colombia.
whoever wins this will be going up against Chris T and going up against Justin Wong. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we forgot to mention
Results of
Japanawa
in
Tijuana, right?
yeah, that's right.
Tijuana.
In Mexico.
Let's do that real quick. Okay, so let me close the combo break thing here. What is with this gun thing?
I don't know, man. What happened in Japanawa?
Japanawa in Street Fighter.
I don't know, man.
In
What
Street
happened to
Fighter
Japanawa?
5, top 8. 7 was MJ Goro with Birdie. 7th place was TL Ioros with Nash. 5th place was EGPR Balrog with Nakali and Laura. And 5th place was also CKD.DS Babushas with Nakali. 4th place was SD Ilya Ryu from San Diego. 3rd place was Kusanagi Karen. 2nd place, Fox's Julio with Ken. And 1st place, Chris Tatarian with Ken.
All right.
And I also want to mention, let me name just the characters that were used in 9 through 13, okay? It was Ken, Ryu, Rashid,
Okay, all right.
Vega, and Ken with Brent is Cool. There you go.
Well, that tournament seemed like it was pretty stacked, though.
5.
And we just talked about this in the break, but
7 Kens.
Pinoy was using Rashid.
Oh, that was
MJ Pony.
No, that's Pony.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Pony, sorry.
You're thinking of SD Pinoy. Who's
Sorry.
Not there. No, it was SD Ilya who made it in there.
Who won Marvel?
Marvel was top 4 was TT Jonah with 0 Virgil Strider. 3rd place was MJ Pony with 0 Magneto Doom. 2nd place 765 Redman with Magneto Dante Frank. And 1st place, I don't even know why they still list BE because he's not on
that's
there
not
anymore.
accurate.
Kane Blue River with Holt Sentinel Haggard.
Correct. What about KOF?
KOF. 4th place was Huevo with Clark, EX Iori, King, as also Benny, Clark, and EX Iori. 3rd place was LDA Ford with Violent Kane using K-Dash. Was it? Yeah, it's K-Dash?
It's K-Dash.
Yeah, it's K-Dash,
Yeah. With EX Iori, Kyo, and EX Iori, Kyo, and Mr. Karate. 2nd place, ST.TL.Ford, Animal with EX Iori, Vice, and Mr. Karate. 1st place, Ford.Strike, Koopa with Benny, EX Iori, Mr. Karate, Kim, EX Iori, and Mr. Karate. And Guilty Gear Exert Revelator. 4th place was Traumas. 3rd place, Hokuto. 2nd place, MJM Sancho. And 1st place, Kusanagi.
Only know 2 of those players.
Okay.
But yeah, very Ken dominated. The Trinity went down there to go and try to steal some points. And like I said, now Chris Tatarian has qualified for the Latin regional, so he will be joining Justin Wong down there.
So, before we leave this, right?
Yeah,
The finals was a Ken mirror,
that's right.
and PR Balrog said he went to Twitter and he was like, "Hey, I'm probably done with Nakali after this."
Yeah.
Like he's saying he's done.
Yeah.
Said he might try Vega. I think he said.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said Vega and somebody else. I can't
Somebody
remember.
else.
Yeah.
I think that's weird. I feel like Nakali is such a PR Rock
Really?
character. Yeah, I think.
I was just saying I don't feel like he is a PR character.
I feel like the buttons that he likes to push completely validate him playing that character. But that's just me, and I might not be the best judge of that kind of stuff. But
I actually replied to him, not on Twitter, but on Facebook. I think he should play Cammy.
Okay.
Because
Cammy?
Cammy is Balrog. No overheads, no mix-ups, just frame trap or throw, footsies, and foot speed. Like, that's exactly how he played Balrog in that game. He couldn't jab rush most people because they could punish it with 3-frame normals.
Right.
So he just played a very footsie-heavy, in-your-face kind of mix-up game. I actually think Cammy would fit him really well. I actually think he would do super well.
That makes sense to me.
So, that was my suggestion.
Okay. All right. What else going on?
Okay, so also coming up this weekend is Wizard World.
Oh, Wizard World Philly is coming up. Apparently a bunch of the East Coast guys.
I'm so sad I'm not going.
Dude, man, that thing is gonna be crazy. Oh man, it's gonna be
Sad
nuts.
I'm not going.
But apparently there's a lot of players coming from the East Coast. Hopefully you guys do. If you come out, please say hi. I think it'll be dope. Gonna have Street Fighter. Gonna have Tekken 7. Gonna have Naruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. And Smash Brothers Wii U. Just added to the docket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be paying quite a lot of attention to it. I want to see what this Smash Wii U is about.
Oh yeah, you're commentating, right?
I'm going to try.
See, that's the thing. I could have did Smash. I can
Really?
do Smash. I can do Smash. I just want to meet Chris Evans. I just
So the
wanna meet
cast of
Chris
Captain America Civil War is going to be
Oh,
there.
that's
I just want to meet Chris
And
Evans.
guess who gets to do the segment? I might kill somebody.
just-
I
You're
legit.
getting close right now.
But I'm really excited. I think it's going to be sick.
I actually think, despite how buff Chris Evans is, you might kill him. When you see him, you'll be like, "Oh my God, it's Captain America!" Captain America's dead. So.
He's a very attractive man.
Why you got to give me the creepy eye when you do that? That was significantly creepy. He gave me like right above the brow where he's just like angry but inquisitive, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, if you see him, I want you to say one thing to him. Go up to him and say, "Hail Hydra," and see what he says.
He goes into character, throws me off the stage.
No, you heard about the comics, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Why wouldn't I have not heard about the comics, James?
Yeah, I know.
But
That's what I was saying. Like, how did you not?
That'd
yeah,
be crazy.
uh-huh.
I wonder how he feels about that. That's going to be one of my questions.
It's gotta be really stupid.
It's gonna be one of my
I
questions.
think it's like one of the dumbest because
Thank you.
they basically admitted that they only did it for shock value.
Really?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Nah, dude. They've
That's-
actually, if they have very, very old comics, even if it's because I follow like Dan Slott, who's a Marvel comic writer, where he legit took a clip from a comic clip from like a really old comic, and it was like Hitler like cowering behind like a chair or something with next to Red Skull and Red. He's
Right,
like, "What
yeah.
are you doing? You called in the guy that's gonna like he's trying to stop me." He's like, "No, he's actually here to serve us," and he was like, "How Hydra?" But like that was the end of the clip.
Whatever.
I feel like
Whatever.
I mean, I still think it's dumb. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
who knows? It might be cool.
Maybe it's cool.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I guess also this weekend was the FM Rumble, the FFM Rumble,
Oh yeah.
which was in Germany.
Oh, sick.
And the top 8 for that one was Melty Kongster with Cammy, F.A. Reinhardt, not Reinhardt, Reinhardt with Ken. Actually, is that Reinhardt? I think he jokingly called himself that at one point. But anyways, 5th place was Perilous Pax with Karen. 5th place was also Rise, Kobolcog with Cammy. 4th place, Fitizen with Vega. 3rd place, ECV 990 with Nash. 2nd place, GG Halabel with Ken and Dalsum. 1st place, Guac.FR CCL with Chun-Li.
Nice. Let's go, Chun.
Exerd. 4th was
Second best character in
ATG
the
Chip. 3rd was PRK Zato 1, PRK Dash maybe, Zato 1. 2nd place was Mick Ramlethal. And 1st place was VDV King Rasta with Faust. Marvel Singles. 3rd place was B.O. Benkill with Chris Hager Akuma. 2nd place, Healing Care with Trish Wesker Strider, X23 Viper Akuma, Wesker X23 Akuma, and X23 Viper Trish.
All right. What a
He
set
likes
of teams.
X20.
Yeah, and first place was
Anchor
Valentine Cordis, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright?
Won a tournament.
With Captain America and Deadpool.
Oh, he's got Deadpool. That guy was supposed to win anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
What a set of teams that was.
Actually, it makes sense that his name is K-Dash now because Champion Edition in Japan was called Street Fighter 2 Dash.
Yeah.
And it was just an
That's
was
what
the
Japan calls that
apostrophe.
then.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
apostrophe.
Oh,
was
the dash.
Yeah, okay. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
Also, some upcoming game news. I guess this weekend is the $10,000 Canadian Street Fighter V National Championships.
Whoa.
Stream presented by World Gaming and Cineplex Entertainment.
Whoa.
So, I guess, I'm not sure if they have any names. So, like, I guess Chirithi is going to be there. STD Blitzman, who defeated Arturo at Toryukin. One Up Van, who made top 16 there as well. So yeah, there's a few strong Japanese players there. Canadian players there.
Also, apparently SFV Crash Finals happened. I have no idea what happened. I didn't get to watch.
I think it's this weekend. Do you mean it's coming up?
No,
this
it's
weekend?
this coming weekend.
It's this coming.
Last weekend was the semifinals where
Yeah.
GamerBee's team was eliminated by Infiltration's team, I think.
Yeah.
They were either eliminated by them or Topanga, and now I think it's going to be the Topanga team versus the Infiltration's team in grand finals.
Okay.
Wait, in grand finals?
I think so. I think
Versus Infiltration's team?
Yeah, I think
So the okay, so the Topanga team is Momochi and
Tokido and
okay.
Fudo.
Yeah, I keep forgetting because I always forget. Sorry. Yeah.
Infiltration team is Infiltration Cien, who apparently like beat up a bunch of people and like saved them this weekend or something like that. And then the last one is who's the last person on Razor? Was it? Shoot. Oh, that's right. Fudo was on Razor's team.
Yeah, Fudo's on.
Mago's on Topanga team.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Also, it was announced that Nintendo of America is now partnering with CEO to help run Smash Brothers Melee and Smash Brothers Wii U there. So
Sick.
there's an official
That's crazy.
That is
official
crazy.
sponsorship and everything like that. And
Nintendo.
That's unheard of. Like
Yeah.
they've
super
never
weird.
done anything like
dude,
that.
they need to start. I mean, where is the Splatoon? I mean, come on, let's get this Splatoon going. Dude.
Yeah, what happened with Splatoon?
I know, dude.
That's your jam, right? I don't know how you feel.
I loved it. I haven't played it in like a year,
So
but it was awesome.
So good. I just don't have time to
Great
play
game.
games anymore. I would be playing it right now still.
I
if
need to
had
get it.
time.
I'm not gonna buy a Wii U, but I do want to get one because apparently they just announced a new system, and I don't know if they want me to spend money on one or the other because it's only gonna be one.
Right, that's the problem with announcing a new system. Speaking of Smash, Apex, which is taking place like 1 week before CEO, and it obviously had a lot of problems last year. It was a great story because they had the collapse of the building and it was all whatever, but then it came out that one of the tournament organizers was involved in some drama.
Yeah.
Basically, Apex has fallen off the charts. It used to be the biggest Smash tournament. Now, 1 week before CEO, I think everyone's going to CEO because CEO is a big
How about
Smash
that?
tournament. Nobody is registered at Apex. Smash Brothers Brawl has been canceled because there's not enough entrants at Apex.
Well,
now.
Wait, you mean just Brawl?
Yeah, Brawl. So Melee and Wii U will still happen.
Oh.
Brawl, it was canceled because
I
they
read
did
this
not-
headline and I just thought Apex was canceled.
oh, that's what I was thinking too. But it's
What?
only
That's
Brawl.
crazy.
No,
But okay,
Brawl was
it's just
canceled.
Brawl.
Yeah, Brawl.
But the
was
other two
canceled.
games are still happening.
I thought that game got like 10 entrants anyway.
God, there was a headline that someone put out just recently that was like the most like I couldn't stop laughing because of like how poorly worded the headline was. Let me see if I know I have it here. So because I just couldn't stop laughing. It was like let me see here. Oh, that picture's so gorgeous.
Oh man, I was just telling him. Shout outs to Mr. All Caps of Footwork, CR Footwork for bombing Mr. James Chin's photo. That was so good.
Anyways, basically the headline says something like Californians they're passing a bill to allow Californians to free hot dogs, like all Californians to free hot dogs. And it was like, what? Like we all get free hot dogs now? And it's literally the bill that's going to allow people to break open car windows to rescue dogs that are left in there.
Hot dogs. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought that was the greatest headline ever.
That's
I mean, if
just
that was
about the worst headline ever.
or the best clickbait article headline ever, because who's not going
That's
to want to
true.
read that,
Maybe.
right? So,
So you mean to tell me if somebody was like, yo, the free hot dog bill is passed, you not gonna click it? Shit, I would have clicked
Maybe I
it.
would.
The first thing, yo, free hot dogs, hold up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are these all beef?
That would be my question.
Exactly. If it was,
Yeah.
But we talked about Ibuki already. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Oh, we had an awesome time hanging out with Chris and Footwork, All Caps and Footwork
Oh,
at
yeah.
the front, you know?
Dude,
Man, when All Caps gets hype, You know his voice goes soprano?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Dude, when you said I can't even picture it.
It goes so high.
Yeah, it goes really high.
He was trying to yeah, like, so it was he was kind of breaking up a little bit, but it was hilarious. That dude's voice was up in the heavens.
Oh man. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of KOF footage at Combo Breaker. Really, really cool stuff. Look, Japanese Revelator is out. Revelator is out in Japan. A lot of people have been playing some Kum Hehyun. I asked Choi Sauce how to pronounce that properly.
Nice.
And Raven, like I've seen a bunch of
Raven
videos.
is so cool looking.
Oh my god.
Like, to me, Hehyun looks like it's kind of boring.
But see, to me, Hehyun actually is what Akuma kind of is for Tekken. I feel like that's a good character for a lot of people to get into the game because he literally looks like Goken, and he has a fireball, a spin kick, and like a DP kind of.
And that character hurts.
Yeah,
that character is dumb.
But it's out now, and it'll be coming out in the U.S. very, very soon.
Yeah, the 7th actually.
7th, and I'm just waiting for that
Still
one.
need to reserve my copy.
Dude, I am so hyped for this right now.
Man, Raven looks cool.
But God, am I gonna have time to play it?
Dude, have you know the mechanics of this character? Oh my god, man.
Dude, he's the hype meter guy. So what is it? I seen him parry stuff, and he like takes kind of like white damage, but it's pink.
It's the 00, dude.
So is he like?
He legit takes damage to give out more damage.
So he's basically like Dudley's cross counter, except he stores it and gets the dish out.
That's why he's legitimately like stabbing and cutting himself a lot of the times.
See, that's stealing from Jeddah, dude. But see, Guilty Gear is actually always had something great.
Yeah, it's basically Darkstalkers.
That's why when a long time ago there was that rumor Darkstalkers versus Guilty Gear game, like I literally like shit myself.
That would have been crazy, and it would have been amazing.
Dude, yeah, because Jeddah, if you watch all of his attacks, he cuts himself.
He hurts himself. Yeah.
Like his wings are blades. He grabs he puts his fingers on the blades and slashes his hands to spray blood on you.
Yep.
And stuff like. Oh, he's just so cool. God.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Guy. Very, very cool guy.
Very pretty game.
Yes, Darkstalkers, Guilty Gear. But yeah, it's coming out, and it'll be coming out next week, as we mentioned. And story mode stuff. There was pictures of... So you were all excited about Zappa.
Yeah.
I got all excited because there was pictures of biking.
Dude.
The Bay.
So like what happened, and it was pictures of RoboCop.
Yes.
So what ends up happening is like they release like these 2 photos. Somebody clipped it, and the photo shows it shows RoboCop very clearly. But the second photo you couldn't really tell because it was really blurry. Yeah. And I called it right away. I'm like, that's biking. And they're like,
it had the eye patch.
It had the eye patch, but normally she doesn't have the eye patch. It's legit. She closes her eye and she has a mark over it. So and her hair looked a little different. I'm like, dude, that's biking free. And they're like, what? And then it came out and they have full character model in story mode, and it looks ridiculous.
It's funny to me too
I gotta
because
see this.
You remember when we were talking about the whole Laura discussion, and we're like, "Oh, this character's dumb because like her sexuality has nothing to do with her character, blah blah blah, whatever like that." One of the characters I brought up that was a great example was Biken. Because she's always been super top heavy. Like she's
oh yeah,
she's
in
there.
Boobs.
Yeah, she's got boobs for days, right? But the thing about it is, no one really
said a bad word. No,
like not a lot of people ever really paid attention to it that much. In fact, so when the 3D model came out in story mode, everyone was like, "Whoa, they like completely enhanced her." Look at, I was like, "Dude, this is biking. Like that's how she's always
She comes
looked,
out
right?
When she comes out, she's sitting Indian style and she's smoking a pipe, and like you can see everything.
Oh, yeah,
and she
yeah,
only has one arm, so it's legit like you're looking at this. So,
but she's always been that way,
She's
but
always
nobody
been that way.
noticed because
Nobody really
they just
noticed.
made her a really cool character.
Because she's cool.
Yeah, because she's a cool character. So
yeah, that character. As much as I hate her, she's cool.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to play her again.
I don't think it's coming out in this version though. There's no way.
But see, but like I said, like I legitimately told myself that when Johnny was coming out, they were not going to give him the mist because YRC would be too broken. If she can alpha counter moves and then YRC, that's it. She's the best character in the world, right?
I don't think she'll be the best though. I mean, think about it. Johnny, put like this. Even this weekend when Kid Viper was trying to set up like unblockables, dead angled like a coin or something, and then invincibility lagged over, and misfire and missed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
It's kind of like the thing. You can do it versus Elfelt because Elfelt has like this really ridiculous gun pressure and it cranks the guard bar, so you can backdash in the middle of it. Now a lot of people just figured this out but Nerd Josh Shout outs to Nerd Josh, who actually told me about it. He was like, yeah, people are like screaming that you can like just backdash. And I was like, and then Nerd Josh says, like, you've been doing that since the beginning. I'm like, yeah, people don't listen to me, so it's okay. But yeah, it's one of those things. But I think the more we play that game, it's one of those games that you find out that it's not as crazy as you think it is. Right. It's all about the experience, and I think that's why it's a longevity game. I feel the same way about Street Fighter V now, actually, when it comes to like certain character stuff, especially with like the Ken thing. I feel like there's going to be a point in time where people are going to be like, that wasn't anything at all, and we just made it bigger than it actually was.
I'm actually still, because you know how you feel about Fang, how you're like, that character's going to get way better? That's how I feel about Guile. Because when I play Guile, I'm like, this character's kind of ridiculous, I'm just not great, right? And then someone linked me that footage of Chris G playing 2 first to 5 sets against low tier god. And let me tell you, Chris G makes Guile look really
Dude, did you see when he was over at Cal's playing? I legit came in and hit his elbow while he was doing like a Guile combo. He was like, no. And it just didn't stop. Yeah, he was so silent. He like, it was like rock.
That combo is not easy, let me tell you. Like, if you actually sit down and like, if you don't know charge techniques, you cannot do that Guile combo. You cannot, it's not as easy as it looks.
Okay.
Like, literally, you have to maximize charge. Like, if you do low strong and the sonic boom, you have to cancel at the very end of hit stop in order to charge long enough for every sonic boom. And that combo is hard. And so if you hit his elbow and he didn't stop, that is legit
He legit finished the combo. And I was like, wow.
Legit ridiculous.
And it's crazy because I look at all these other Guile players and how they're ending combos and like the damage that they're doing. I'm telling you right now, I feel like they're not sharing this tech. Because I was playing like Chris G, and he was like, oh, you can't do anything at the end of this. Then I legit, because I was like, I'll do stuff around the house and I watch videos. So I'm watching a video, and this guy legit, like, he did the exact same combo, but he ended it with sweep. And then he did. Like, I was like, oh, man, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's cool. Dude, that's tech. Oh, God, that's
seriously,
tech.
Chris G's Guile.
All right, I'll check it.
I love it. So I'm super excited about that. But that's all I have for game news. That's all I really have for community news. Like I said, shout outs to Nikki FS, who got sponsored by who got sponsored by Circa Gaming. I'm guessing largely based off of his win at Combo Breaker. They've picked up Anakin
and then LPN.
Yeah. So they're spreading their wings throughout all the different games, and I think that's super cool. I
think that's the whole building an army thing. Like, I think that's what's happening. Like, you have to now get to the point where you're picking up people for the future. You can't just pick somebody up because of how well they're doing right away. You have to say, hey, this guy's been putting in a little time. I'm a perfect example. Look at LPN. Didn't do, like, ridiculously well, but on the same note, he did well enough to constitute that, people pick it up.
I was trying to fix my hair.
I think your hair looks cool. You gotta let it rock.
But I got mixed up with the
I got you, baby. It's cool.
Oh, because that's not a mirror,
it's not
right?
A mirror,
yeah. That's really hard to do that.
Bam! Look at that swoop. I did that. Woo! Look at that, man.
Wait. When did Sejam show up?
Yo, that's a sick hairdo. If my hair could do that, you best believe I'd be messy hair Steve all the time.
You know what?
It's like a horn.
my
Jews
cousin,
don't really have horns.
My cousin actually watches the show every once in a while, right? And she said that she wants to do a drinking game for every single time that Sejam touches his hair. And I told her don't, because I don't want them to die from alcohol poisoning.
He touches his hair in between like every sentence. He's like, yeah, I think Gargos is really cool. I love KI.
Yeah, he does do that.
And you know what? I think that's where he gets his seg powers from.
Man, I think you should let it go. That guy, he ran the gauntlet at Combo Breaker.
That's wrong.
Dude, what are you doing? I just helped you out.
I tried to steal his seg game.
There. Is it good enough? No, it's not.
No.
I tried to legit steal his seg game.
God damn it.
I couldn't do it.
Dude, they were legit. Did you see that at Combo Breaker? Nope. See?
It's not good enough? I think that's pretty solid. Look at that. I'm like a Goliath beetle.
I thought it was a Hercules beetle.
Okay, something like that. Now I'm gonna look it up, Steve.
It's a Hercules beetle, dude.
Okay, Hercules beetle. I'm a beetle horn guy.
I like how you look like a disappointed parent right now.
Oh no, my seg game was horrible. I actually found out how
Sick.
hard it is. You have to.
What a sick swoop the Hercules.
You actually have to
has,
set
man.
yourself up.
That is
so.
a 6.
I just wanted to see how close I could come to doing it.
Dude,
and it's-
so wait,
yeah,
sidebar. Did you
it's
see
all
this?
Steve's.
This is
It's
all
all
sidebar,
Steve's.
man.
It's all
This is all sidebar. So what ends up happening is they ran like 6 slides straight of nothing but ads. And Seijin was
I saw that.
everyone. He
Yeah.
missed one and the crowd booed him.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
wow, that made you way too
Damn.
happy. That was kind of kung fu
I
masterish
just
right
think
there.
that's- I just think that's.
Anyways,
I can't grow a beard, so I really can't do that at all. So.
how about that kind of attitude?
Man, I look pretty cool.
You do.
Why don't I usually do this?
I don't know, man. I've been trying to help you out.
I'm sorry.
That is creepy as hell.
So
I look like
Are we not-
I'm legit like it's the middle of the night bender and we're going to a shop to like get beer.
Yeah.
And like it's Steve Madison. Isn't that what this is exactly what you look like? You're like, man, let's go get some booze, man. And I'm like, yo, David, don't you gotta examine more? Like, psh, exam, dude.
Exam.
Don't you know those are all plots by the man to keep us down, bro?
That is what school's about, you know.
That's
Yeah.
Actually,
ultra pretty cool, David. That's right. You look
there
pretty
was
cool.
actually an article that said that I think it was Norway or Finland. It was one of the country, European countries that they showed that their kids' intelligence and test scores started skyrocketing. They were tied with U.S. like maybe a few years ago, but they started skyrocketing. And I think it was Roger, you know, the guy who did Roger Me. Forgot the director's name and does documentaries. He went there. And
Roger Moore? No, not Roger.
No, Roger Moore's a James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he basically went over there and interviewed them and said, "What did you guys do?" And they said, "We made kids go to less school. We let them play more, and we barely teach them now. And like they're super smart because it's studied that you can only do so much before your brain stops absorbing things. So they just let them play longer. They only did 4 days of school out of the week. They let the kids explore and have fun. They got architects to design playground stuff based on the kids' suggestions and stuff like that. And now their test scores are rocking.
Man.
School
They have
is...
dong-shaped playgrounds?
Yeah, I know. No, that's not teenagers. Kids, okay? Okay.
I don't know why I'm smiling so hard.
Well, that would have been everybody's suggestion.
That's what they do in Minecraft. Actually, that's why the
Yeah,
Lego
that's right.
MMO has never let you build anything. Because they used to let people build things for free, and there were so many dongs in the world that the people that they hired specifically to traverse the world to find the dongs could not handle it. Because it wasn't even just building them, like people would do it so that they would like put it on some parts of the wall and some parts on the ground
And you can
way
only
far
see it in
away.
an
So
angle.
if you go to the right angle, there'd be a dong
Ooh.
there. And yeah, so like they just had to get
Genius.
rid of it because Minecraft
Know
they
about
don't care
that,
about
yeah.
kids, but Lego they like I guess they had
Yeah.
to worry about
Yeah,
that. So
interesting.
literally they had to just get rid of the free world because they just couldn't. They
couldn't
didn't
handle
have
all the
enough
dongs.
dong detectives to be able to find all the
Dong
dongs.
detector.
Oh, man. Phallic finders.
There you go. There you go.
Yo.
Erection explorers.
Oh man.
Are we done with anything?
I think we're done.
Okay,
I
well,
think we're done.
I've been requested to talk about.
Oh, not the fart milk, dude.
Yeah.
Not the
Fart
fart
milk,
milk.
the fart
That's
milk.
what I've been
Okay.
requested to talk about.
Well,
In order to promote fart equilibrium, I have been told. Okay, so here's a story that apparently actually happened. So, one of the people we were hanging out with, I guess I won't name names. Yeah. One of the people we were hanging out with on Sunday night had a story where their brothers were hanging out, and apparently they were having breakfast. And one brother asked the other brother for some milk. There wasn't much milk left for breakfast. And so the second brother said, sure, and grabbed the milk and unscrewed the cap and took a fart right into the bottle of milk. And then closed the cap and shook it all up so that there was no chance that any of the milk would be unfarted
unfarted.
and gave it back to the other brother. That was the only milk available for cereal that day.
So would you have still eaten the cereal?
So, yeah, the question is, what level of fartness is acceptable in your milk?
Mhm.
All milk comes with some degree of fartiness because it just kind of smells vaguely like a fart.
This is true. Like, my argument was that why do I have an argument? So they said, which would taste worst? Would it be fart milk or fart tea? What is your
Which
thought?
one of those?
Which one would taste
Fart
worse?
milk.
Yeah,
or
Fart tea.
Same process.
Same
for the tea.
process.
There's no chance any of it has been unfarted. Okay.
Okay.
Understand?
Well, look.
You got to cite reasoning too. You just can't just.
And you got to drink it. It's not like you drink it through a straw so that you don't get the aroma. No, we're pouring an open glass of either fart milk or fart tea. And you
Well, I generally am not a big tea drinker anyway. And like you said, since milk has a natural level of fartiness in it,
it does.
I would just probably drink the milk one, right?
That's
You
gross.
would drink. Yeah, I think the
That
fart
would-
milk is way worse.
It's
to me.
way worse, dude. Cause think about it. Milk already, like I said, one, it already has that, that fartiness to it.
Mhm.
But even more so, like, we're not even talking expiration date fartiness. Like, you're going to, like,
So
who
you
know-
guys would drink the fart tea?
Hell yeah.
Of course, I would drink
Why
the
would you
fart
drink
tea.
the fart tea?
Dude, the fart, look, if you drink fart tea, first off, tea, you can't say fart without David laughing. So, let's just say this, right? You get the fart tea. You get the fart tea, right? You shake up that fart tea. The thing is that he's laughing. Your face is so red. You get the fart tea, and by the time you shake it up and you drink it, it's gonna be kind of like, it's a lot easier because one, it's water. Water's not gonna hold that.
Yeah, but the milk is already gonna mask the fart.
No, it's
No,
not,
No,
dude.
the milk is a more viscous liquid, and so it's gonna get caught.
It's gonna get caught in
It's
it.
gonna get caught.
There's chemicals added to milk. So if you drink that, if anything, that milk has a higher chance of holding that fartiness.
And then Big Marcus started talking about the science of it and the fart equilibrium and
Yeah, dude.
breaking the fart equilibrium.
Fart negativity, like if two
the fart polarity. Oh, he's just talking about the fart polarity.
So
he was
like,
being so serious.
He was being really serious.
Yeah.
Like if two farts that don't attract hit each other, like they disappear like fireballs in Street Fighter. Like,
We can test that with Boraicho, right?
oh my god, man! I just like how much it tickles David.
Oh, jeez.
Fart polarity, man.
No, you are.
Yo, this goes
incorrect,
right back to
Jojo.
FartCon.
No, I am. Jojo
This
is wrong.
goes right back to FartCon, dude.
Jojo is wrong. I am fart from convinced.
Oh,
Hey.
Come on.
But look, I imagine that like the tea would mask the fartiness better. Just thinking about like how tea smells and like it's,
It was
I
because
just
it's
feel like it
really
would.
herbal. It has like
But see,
it's
the
like an
thing is-
incense
But, see,
itself.
the thing
Because
is,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
here's
Yeah.
the thing: is the fart would have such a distinctive aroma to it that's so contrasting to the tea.
I think it
that
would
you would
balance
get
out.
it.
We would
You
have
would-
fart equilibrium.
But
Yeah,
see, you
fart
would-
equilibrium.
But see, can you imagine
Think
drinking
about
the
it.
tea and trying to go tea, and then the fart got in
Well,
there?
that's the thing.
Then you would be like,
It's-
oh. But
it
if you're
kinda
drinking
like
milk
hot.
and it already kind of smells like fart, then when you drink it and that gets in there, it doesn't disturb
No,
you.
no,
But
no,
it's so
no.
much fartier.
Yeah, it's hella fartier, dude. What do you? So, okay, I feel like this. It's like if you boiled hot water to put a tea packet in there, right? It stays around. The heat makes it there. Whereas milk is so farty, like it's farted out already.
Milk's
like
already come out of the cow, right?
You can't get
Right,
fartier milk.
exactly.
A cow doesn't fart it out.
No, I know, but it's
Yeah,
already
like-
come out from the internals of a body. Tea is made from like leaves and shit, right? So
Yeah.
the fart would like be
But
such
the
a
thing, look,
contrast
listen,
with it.
listen. It's like herbal tea. If you put herbal tea in a bottle, it'll still smell like tea. But even still, if you leave that bottle open, it won't smell like tea. It'll just have the taste of tea because it came from the ground. You know what I mean? Whereas milk is legit made to hold every one of those chemicals. If you fart in milk, it's there to stay. Fart milk is the most potent of milks.
That's what I think, and I feel like of the different fart liquids, the different potential fart liquids, I feel like milk would hold it better than
It
almost
definitely
anything.
would.
Dude, I was trying to keep such a straight face.
Yeah,
and
you
I saw
was,
someone
yeah.
say, "What the hell is happening?" And I just, oh my god.
This is the UltraChenTV show. I'm Tasty Steve.
Hey, I've been Ultra David.
And
Woo!
guess I'm the only one drinking some fart milk.
Fart Milk James.
Fart Milk James.
Fart Milk James. Anyways, thanks for tuning in,
Thanks
guys.
for tuning in.
We'll see you next week.
I'm gonna go home and review a contract for a professional client of mine.
Oh no.
Fart
Oh
Milk.
boy.
Farty this.